We're live.
Again.
Live again. Beautiful, beautiful people. Let's make sure we've done the right number of hours, otherwise.
We don't want to get in trouble again.
With the Twitch police, they are back. My children might be watching. Hello and welcome.
Oh, sorry, I've got my sound on.
To the show. Spotify was still going.
Yeah, nice, wasn't it?
We have a few days away. Look at this spot, which is why today I'm doing this.
Okay.
One for my face and one for my ass. Hello, my children might be watching, so just watch your language.
I had a spot here today. It's gone now. But I used one of those. I've got these things called Starface star patches, non-spawn. And they're like yellow, like good girl stars that you get from school. I got from school. You probably didn't get very many. I stuck it on my nose in the morning. And because, you're working from home nowadays, it doesn't matter that you've got these ridiculous things on your face. Except I went to the shops. And I didn't realise until I came home that it was still on there.
She knows when I'm about to speak because she goes like this. Shut up. That is, shut up. I'm still doing the thing.
Let me finish.
Still doing the thing. Yeah. Shut up. I'm still doing the thing. We are stardust. We are golden. Hey, who wants to see Big Boy talk? Who wants to see Big Boy talk? This
happened.
Is nuts.
Last week or the week before, he came in doing the police siren. It was
This-
wee-wah, wee-wah. No one believed us. We've got this now on camera. He's not doing the police siren, but he's saying words.
This is. Oh, look at his tongue out there. Look at that. Here we go. Screen 2. Look at his tongue. Delicious human flesh. Right, so we're going to go back. So Big Boy, he's going to say okay, all right?
Big boy, okay. Say okay.
You heard the "k," right? Show it again.
But before this, he was doing it loads.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't get him to do it.
As soon as the camera went on.
Big boy, okay. Say okay.
Let's say hello to some people. Sinjin, lovely to see you, my friend. Super Saint 76, Paddy O'Brien, JKRX Art, Wrestling Fan, Glitter Kitty 70, Kimbo Collab.
Hey.
Salutations to you. Welcome to the show. Andy Ping has subscribed. This is going to be one hell of a short show tonight, probably, because we're both a bit tired. I have been in what can only be described as an hotel during lockdown, and it's weird because the bar and the restaurant are shut. They don't come in and clean your room. You've got to wear a mask as you're walking around, and it's kind of empty there. Thank you, Mark. Just resubscribe.
And McPauls.
Thank you. So welcome to the show. I am Iain Lee. I stole some strawberries, and I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here 2017. I came third.
My name is Catherine Boyle.
Just Rini has just resubscribed for 9 months. We're back. It's the only phone-in show on Twitch. You want to call us? There's a number. I'm going to open up the Skype lines.
Use it wisely, my friends. Use it wisely.
Skype lines. Now, we've missed some calls.
Is that Will Wilson? Yes, it is. Subscribe with Prime.
Yay.
Oh, we've missed some calls, haven't we? Gosh.
Oh, hang on. Why didn't that work? Hang on. Oh, no, this.
Not another one?
There we go. I'm going to change that. It's a bit long, but I like it. We got some voice messages. These we've not heard these. These might have swears in. Let's see. Nope, no swears. Okay, let's try this one.
No words.
Here we go.
Hi Ian, it's Nigel. When are you coming back in the evenings on
Tonight.
I think it's on I've forgotten the name of it, Twitch.
Twitch.
Are you doing any evenings on Twitch? Because I
Tonight.
couldn't find out. It didn't say on the page.
We're doing it tonight.
I can't get my camera working for tomorrow night.
Thank God.
I've got sound. I tested the sound, but I can't get the camera to light up for the show tomorrow
Is
night. I'm
he
just going to tell people
missing us, or does he
live
want
on
tech
Facebook.
advice?
I might do a Facebook live thing instead.
Do a Facebook writing.
Like, advertise that and do Facebook instead. It'd be a bit shorter, but it'd be
Probably better.
something.
Okay.
Bye for now, Ian.
Bye-bye.
In a monologue there.
There we go. And that's it. Those are all of the answer phone messages we've got. So if you want to give us a call, 0203 286 637 is the phone number. At 9 o'clock, we got the Nothing Is Real Beatles podcast guys coming on. They're back for season 4, and they're coming on here. And what they don't know is I'm gonna tear them apart.
He's going to put them through their paces.
I'm gonna tear them apart.
They're going to have to drop him, give him 10.
So being in a hotel was weird. Well, it was nice being away, but I didn't really, all I did was, there's a great...
You ate a lot of pastry products, didn't you?
I had a kebab. There's a great Alan Beswick call, and the AI call, that was last night, I think.
Oh, I missed it. I fell asleep after half an hour.
I think that was...
Weighted blankets, guys.
It's the world.
I've been asleep before midnight. That's not happened for years.
Oh, they've changed the layout of the BBC Sounds
Why do they keep doing
thing.
this?
So we want BBC Radio Manchester. Oh, that's annoying. Look, I would have gone A, B, C, D, E, F, but they've gone A, B, C, D, E.
Oh,
They've gone
why?
across. So we want BBC Radio Manchester. We want last... How does this even work? Whoa! Wowzers! We got low figures tonight. Because you have a few days off and you missed out, people. Where's the schedule?
There.
Where?
Right there. You just hovered over it there.
When can I say with love?
No.
When we're sat at
It's going to sound sarcastic.
It's not. When we're sat at a screen and go, there it is. That is not enough. You need to touch it. You need to go that.
Here's a little clue for you. When I say there it is, it's normally because you've hovered right over it.
So
I assume you've seen it.
I got big screens. I got big screens.
Stop screen flexing.
Okay, right. So we're going to go to yesterday's show. It's a great call. I listened now. So where was I? I listened to this morning in the hotel room, and as I was getting ready. So it's a big. It's just after 11.
How we got? See what? So have you got?
I have to regard. I said at the outset, the issue is
the anti-those
vaccine is done. Cement decidership. So they give them the powers for.
Very usual. From Britain, my dad came in.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, that is what you have. But then my argument would be,
Be very, very naughty. We'll have some more money taken over.
It's crisp.
We've got to watch it week by.
AI is getting so.
Here we go.
About 50.
This is a great call. I'm doing a course on counselling today. I talk about what we did today. We went and sat in a graveyard and we wrote what we'd like on our tombstones. One of my children is in the room, and I don't like swearing in front of my children. But what I'd like on my gravestone was, fuck that. What is it? Or I'm just going for a quick lie down. Or, well, that was all a bit silly, wasn't it? I think that's the one. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? That's the one. So
That's it. I'll be watching 2 a night.
So this is quite an existential phone call you're going to hear.
Really?
About what is real and what isn't.
Okay.
Until it's over. It's crazy. How have we fallen into this trap? 0800 218 2255. So join us. You can talk about anything you wish. I'll be Michelle.
Here we go. This is great.
Hello, Michelle. Michelle Maybell has gone. I'll do Peter.
Are you going to apologise to Peter?
I don't understand the question.
The guy last week who said something right, you said he said something wrong. And about 15 people phoned you up and said he said something right. He's not been on the phone since.
Okay.
Keith.
No.
Keith, that's his name.
Oh, Keith.
Are you going to apologise to Keith?
No.
Why?
I don't apologise.
Okay. A little earlier, you were saying something about pheasants attacking postmen. Was that a real story?
It was in the news, so I have to presume yes. And the supposed postman was quoted. I have no way of checking the bona fides of it.
Does it sound the truth to you? A pheasant attacking a postman?
I didn't consider it at all. I just heard it and thought, fine, that's the story.
How do I know that you're actually real?
Boom.
Oh.
You don't.
And that's a great answer.
You don't?
That's a great... how do I know that you're actually... You don't?
AI is getting so clever that you phone up anybody and you got these voice answering machines that sound so human. How do I know that you're not one of them?
They don't know, do they?
You don't.
I know. How do you know that you're not one of them?
I don't.
He should have replied, I think.
I know.
No, you should continue to reply, you don't. You don't. I would mess with him.
So why is everybody bothering talking to you?
Why is everyone bothering talking to you if you're AI? Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I've no idea. Answer that yourself. You've rung.
I won't again. See you
Excellent.
later.
My life has not been in vain.
Salty.
John Harris, Jumble Keytree, Funky Bobs, Neil Wilkinson, Dal Core, Skiller Bot, followed is that Will Wilson. Thank you for those delicious, delightful Subbingtons.
It's appreciated.
Evening bots. So I was in a hotel. I was at college for 4 weeks. I was in Tonbridge Wells, which I think is different from Tunbridge. I don't really know. The people asking for audio limiters, I just checked. There are audio limiters all over this place, right? The audio limiters are on. So
what is your problem?
What's your problem, guys? So it was college. It was exhausting. It was intense. A lot of stuff was worked out. I'll tell you later.
Oh.
A lot of stuff was worked out. It was good. What did we do? We did. Well, today was Death and Dying.
Donuts.
Thank you, Mandy. One of our favourite mod bots. Today was Death and Dying.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
You did Shame. No, that was on the weekend.
Yeah, that was at the weekend. And we did loads of stuff.
Things and stuff and emotions.
We did loads of stuff. But today, today was intense, man. We went to a graveyard and we looked at all the graves and wrote what we'd like on our gravestone and what we'd like if someone had to do an oogly for us at the funeral, what we'd like them to say. Gatford, yes, I know. I wasn't anywhere near you, but I was near Maidstone.
Yes.
I didn't know. I was tempted, but I didn't.
He sometimes rides to Tonbridge, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's like 40 minutes away in car.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing, and I think one of my kids is in the chat, although he's probably gone to watch Flamingo, who is one of his favourite YouTubers. We were invited. No one had to. We were invited. Thank you, Cycle Tour. We were invited to make a video that would be seen after our death. And it's. Are
you going to troll?
Sorry.
Are you going to troll, or as the kids say, troll?
Well, I did say it was to my kids, and I did say if you want to get my inheritance, you've got to spend the night in a haunted house.
Haunted house, yep.
I don't know why we don't get that more in wills. And so I did a video to my kids, and it's to make you think about, the thing about getting what would you like someone to say at your oogly, at your funeral,
is what is your legacy?
Well, yeah, but that mean what?
What impact?
But no, please, no, God,
just get
no.
to the point with it.
I will do if you stop interrupting. I'd like them to say at my eulogy. He enjoyed murdering Catherine.
When I read your eulogy out, I'll just be quiet.
You're not invited.
You wanted me to be quiet.
Catherine said, "What did you say to me in the video? Let me hear now." I said, "It wasn't for you. It's for my boys." It's to make you think. Well, okay. Well, what do I have to do from this point on?
For them not to say I'm a dickhead.
Shut up! What do I have to do from this point on to mean that someone could say those things about me.
It depends on the things, doesn't it?
Here's the thing, right? Do you know what I learned in that graveyard today? I'll tell you after we take this. You're not going to like it.
But don't tell me.
Oh, jeez.
You don't have to be rude.
Clark,
Is the eulogy, he was bloody rude and you're about to unleash a whole world of rude on me? Is that what's going to happen?
No. We're wasting our lives. All of this is pointless and time is slipping away. They got graves, right, of couples that died, right? And sometimes they died quite close together. I'm going to say have a broken heart. But sometimes it would have Mary died in 1975. Her husband, Tony, 2000.
Yeah, but he might have been like
25 years.
He might have been all the way through it, just going around all the old ladies.
He was a very generous man and gave his sister £1 million. Shut up, Joe. You're richer than me. That's a first. But you'll be pleased to hear that I lost my bank. My sister's in the chat. I lost my bank card, and Mum paid for everything this week because I got Mum's bank card, and I may forget to pay it back. It gets complicated, and we are wasting our. Please let me finish my point. I'm making a really powerful point. Be with you in a second, Alistair.
You're making a huge assumption about who is it, Fred?
We are wasting our lives.
He might have been loving it.
Do you remember when you were 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, a minute ago, wasn't it?
It was a little while.
But if you think about it, it feels like a minute ago. To the year 2000.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not.
Feels like a long time ago.
I know you're being defensive because I'm spot on. I know it. I can read her like you know like those Janet and John books, right? I read her like that. Sometimes I can. I was going to say something inappropriate, but I'm better than that now, so I won't say the comment I was going to make.
No.
But what I'm saying is, we are wasting our lives, and one day we're going to be dead. And you're going to be. I'm dying first. You're going to be reading an oogly at my funeral.
Yeah.
And you'll be crying, going, shh. Wasted all that time. It was a great guy. Alistair.
Hello.
Hello, Alistair.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the fun hour.
Yeah, it's philosophic jam, isn't it? Can you see me? I'm on
Nope.
Skype.
Only in our mind's eye.
Can you see me now?
No, because I'm on a different page.
He's not looking at you.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, because yes, if I were to click some buttons, we'd be able to see you, yes.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Glad that it sounded like you had a productive few days.
It
Iain.
was brilliant. And as I think you know, because I tweeted it and I saw you reply, I have been signed off. That means I've been signed off twice. That means I can now look for, what do they call it?
A placement.
A placement in an actual place to work with real people. I can do like 3 hours a week with real people, talking about real problems, fixing them. And I got to do 100 hours for the partner's course. 100 hours.
Excellent. And then after that, can you set up your own office?
No, then I have to still got to write a load of essays. I've got to do a case study, which will be one of the people that I'm seeing. And then I've got to do 2 exams. Then, goodbye, Your Majesty. Welcome. Please come and sit down. What would you like to talk about today?
Start the clock.
I'm gonna have a pipe. I'm gonna start smoking a pipe because I think it makes you look. Cigar. Give me a cigar. Welcome. I'm gonna be German. Welcome, please sit. Lie down, please, on the couch. What is it? Let me do it on Alistair.
All right.
Alistair. Welcome, please let me in, please. Rules. Welcome. Slide down on the couch.
Thank you.
Loosen the top button of the shirt.
Okay.
Loosen the belt and flies.
No, that's not part of it. Struck off. Day 1. Gone.
What do you want? What do you want from me? You're a piece of trash.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a useless piece of trash. What do you want?
It's a bit harsh.
Get out!
Apparently you're paying for this, Alistair.
Get out of my practice! Get out! Yeah, I cannot work with this. Send the next one in, please. That's the
Look
thing.
at me, I won't be there. I'm not sending anyone in.
I think that's how it's going to go. You'd still have to pay for that, by the way, Alice. £120. And we did actually do it then, so you got to pay. I'm going to turn the heating off with my phone because I'm a celebrity. I can still do that. So I've had a great week.
Good.
But I left the heating on for 2 days. I was in bed and at 11:30 on Wednesday night I went, oh shit, the heating. And I had the heating on. It was annoying. Anyway, Alistair, how can we help you?
Well, I've got 3 things. I'll run them very quickly, okay? First of all, what I'd have on my gravestone is good night and good luck, everybody that's here.
Good night and good luck, everybody that's here, and then you did a bit more. Sorry, I spoke over you.
Well, you'll need it.
Well, good night and good luck, everybody who's here. Well, you'll need it.
Yeah.
Snappy.
It's kind of a 2 fingers up.
Well, I'd be worried about them if I could be, because I mean about the Earth. It's not looking great for the Earth at the moment.
By the way, Blues Noodler, what are your plans, Kath? I hope you keep doing this kind of stuff. Catherine, will you still be in Twitch when Iain leaves?
I don't know.
What did I say about? Did I say anything about leaving?
You said goodbye, Your Majesty. Goodbye. I think people took that as you leaving.
Oh no! In that case, you're absolutely right. As you were.
Yeah. So the second thing is by accident.
Yeah.
Sort of slightly related to what you've just been talking about.
You've not chopped a bollock off, have you?
It's no.
No.
But I think I found what my diagnosis should be in.
Okay.
And it's complex, not straightforward. Complex post-stress disorder.
So just post-stress. So it wasn't traumatic. So you're after the stress.
No, I've forgotten.
The stress
traumatic.
is finished. You're post-stress. The stress is gone. So you're fine, is what you're saying.
No, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. That's
the traumatic. Okay, that was not there.
And I've read on Wiki that it's often confused with borderline personality disorder. So it fits me to a T, all that. So if you want to practice on me,
Unethical.
under the table, you can.
Unethical?
I'll meet you around the back of the practice at 5:30. We'll be in separate cars. Don't look at me.
It's how that guy got caught when he was supposed to be looking for wet wipes the other day.
You can't. Here's the thing. I've had a few people say, "Oh, you can practice on me." I can't. It's unethical.
No.
Because to do these 100 hours, I have to do it in either an agency or I have to do it in a place where they won't. When I say supervise me, they won't sit in with me, but that I can be monitored.
But that's for your protection as well as the protection of the people that you're helping.
Who gives a shit? But also, then I have to have all counsellors have a supervisor, which isn't necessarily the company they work at or the place they work at. It's just someone it's another counsellor that they see. And it's for every 6 hours of practice, you have 1 hour's supervision. That's the thing. So, Alistair, I cannot work with any of you lot. I wouldn't want to work with any. I want to work with high class.
We're just crazy people. So, And then the third and last thing is The Mauritanian is a great movie. Difficult watch. Okay. It's all about the Americans who held those people in Guantanamo Bay, and there's still 40 there. Would you believe? But it's a great movie.
Everybody who's worked in Guantanamo Bay, it must be hard working there, being away from your family, having to listen to the Barney song all the time. I think the people that work there are some of the bravest people walking this earth. Protecting us.
It's coming out, I believe, on stream in April.
Have you seen it then?
Goodbye.
We do not condone criminality. Goodbye. Speaking of criminality, I've almost finished a great film, Bacurau.
Not another one?
What words are you saying there?
Bacurau. Oh, it's a good film. Don't really understand what's going on.
It's in Portuguese, isn't it?
Brazilian.
What,
It's a Brazilian film, so they'll be speaking in their native language.
Portuguese.
Quite a lot of it. Well, it's not in Portugal, mate. It's in Brazil. Look at the state of my hair. Look at the state of my hair.
I think I may have crossed the Rubicon with mine. It's starting to go all right again.
I love a Rubicon.
I've never had one.
So,
of course, when you cross the Rubicon, things did not go all right generally.
I have two things. So we've got the Nothing Is Real guys. I call them guys. I call them the guys because I can't remember their names. ADHD. I call them the guys. They're coming on at 9 and we're going to talk about the Beatles. We're talk a little bit about Beatles.
You remember the Beatles stuff, though, don't you?
Stephen and Jason says my sisters, whatever. So here's a fun thing. You can make any song. And then I thought of a game, but I need your help to remind me how the game goes. Even though we never talked about the game, you're integral to it. You can make any song sound like the B-52s. Give me a song, and we'll play it, and I'll make it sound like a B-52 song.
Love Gun by Kiss.
Okay, Love Gun by Kiss. All right, here we go. We're getting in trouble for playing this. I don't care anymore. I'm done. Here we go. I'm going to make Love Gun by Kiss sound like a B-52 song. You ready? Here we go. It's getting close. It sound like a B-52 song. All around the world! All around the world! You just keep doing that at any point. In any song. All around the world! Sounds like a B-52 song. Doing that a lot. We'll do that a bit later on. We missed a phone call.
It's only Rainbow George.
What? What? Did you invoke him? We were talking about him the other day. We're done. He's found us.
Who?
Not another one?
He found us.
Which one of you was it? Which one of you was it? Which one of you was it? Which one of you was it?
Who dug him up?
Still breathing.
Still bleeding?
Breathing.
Tuned into your link and just saying hello.
In it.
Someone's crossed us up. He's listening to us in the background. All around the world.
Shit, this is from tonight? I thought this was while we were off.
You can hear it all around the world. He's Fred Schneider in me. He's making this phone call sound like a B-52s. There it was.
You're going to have to phone him back.
No, I'm not.
He's here. He's amongst us.
Oh, jeez. We will phone him back in a minute. But there was a game that I wanted to play where people had to guess the song.
Lonely God says we're going to have to move to TikTok now.
Right, I'm going to mute us for a second because I need to have a private conversation with Catherine about a song we were singing the other day.
Donuts.
Be with you in a second, guys. Be with you in a second. We're nearly there, guys. Trust me, it's going to be a great game. Nearly there, guys.
Donuts.
I don't remember.
Shut up! Big boy, okay. Okay.
Okay.
He won't do it.
Okay. He's doing it.
He's not.
Okay.
No, he's not doing it. It was a song.
Okay.
There you go. You got one there. So, anyway, I had a great idea for a game, but it involves that song, and we don't remember the song. Why is that follower goal still there? Jeez.
What the hell?
Go away.
Okay.
Please stop getting my cat to
That was a
talk.
loud one. That was a loud one.
It's the spot.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we got a show to do.
He's a talking cat, man. We quid's in. Just get some
my cat.
consistency.
It's my cat.
Cat circus.
Jesus, you talk to him. You talk to him. Hey, Scoot, nice to see you, man. You talk to him.
Hello?
Hello, George.
Who's that? Hello?
You called us on Twitch.
Oh, how are you?
All right, thank you. Long time no speak.
Yeah, no, I was just messing about on my phone and found your link and dialed the number. Thank you for calling me back.
Well, we do. It's what we do.
How have you both been?
I've been fine. Ian, how have you been?
I'm all right. What have you got for us, George?
I've got the launch of a new party on April the 14th.
Okay, I think we're busy then.
You're busy then?
Yep.
It's only going to be a gentle launch.
I'm okay. I am actually away then.
It's okay.
Thank you.
It's a party called Us, and
What happens in it? Let me guess. Nothing?
no, it's going to be made up of Irish and British music bands and their followers, standing for
no reason whatsoever.
No, standing.
Where's my Eurovision money?
Your Eurovision money.
Where's my Eurovision money? Because I don't work for those people anymore, so I can take it.
What money is that?
Oh, he's playing.
How quickly you forget the
pack
wager.
Of cards. Here's the old codger one, please. Take this.
No, I had forgotten, honestly.
You're going to give me £2,021 if you did not write the winning song for the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, I see. And there's something else. Do you know a TV company called Octopus TV?
No.
No?
No. You always sound surprised when we don't know something you know.
No.
We have different life experiences. I don't know.
No, it's a guy called Andrew Eborn. And
he wants to make a documentary about you. I wish you the very best of luck with it.
No. It's making a film called The Spirit of Truth ?
Oh, okay.
So The Spirit of Truth?
Straight to YouTube or?
No, auditions are going to be taking place soon to find the actor who's going to play the leading role in the film.
Okay.
And it's quite exciting.
Okay, lovely. Well, George, thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye. You lot.
One of you is
a trash. Mr. Corey. I gave him the cassettes back. Hazy says, can he be in it? Yeah. I'll give you his number, mate. I'll give him your number.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the Late Night Alternative. Woo!
Hi, guys, I just wanted a little bit of advice.
Go for it.
So, basically, what happened is, I just found out that my girlfriend of 6 months has been cheating on me with my best friend.
In lockdown?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would probably end the relationship.
I don't know, because she's the love of my life.
I think she's made the decision for you. Cheating 6 months into a relationship 6 years. Okay, we can have a little chat and talk about it. 6 months? There's nothing there, man. It's done. Move on. And enjoy the rest of your life.
Okay, but what do I do about my best friend as well? Because this has just all been a big shock to me. Really, I don't really know what to do.
You know what? I can tell you because something similar happened to me. It was very similar. I was going out with someone for years, and it was my best friend. Not years, for a while, and then they ended up going out with each other and stuff, and it was weird. And I didn't speak to my best friend for quite a long time, and then eventually, when we both cooled down, we decided that our friendship was more important than. We had a very frank, open discussion about it. A few years later, and now he's one of my best friends again. So I don't think it's something you can necessarily deal with now unless you feel up to it, in which case you can. Does that help?
Yeah, but the only thing is that, as in, he didn't even tell it to me. It was the girl that told me, my girlfriend, Rebecca.
Okay.
And even to this point, I just got off the phone with him, and he was still denying it.
Oh, well, then tell him. If it's definitely happening and he's lying to you, then he's not your best friend.
Yeah.
Best friends don't lie.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I cut you off. We should be about this. I think people are saying that we're a little bit low, but I think limiter.
It's because of the limiter.
Limiter, but then there's a limiter on that. I'll take that down a little bit. Let's try it on our good buddy and our next. Hey, MZ Plays is now a goddamn partner.
So our next project is this guy.
Donuts.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hi there, St. Janelle. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
That is a righteous snapback.
Thank you. It's Mickey Mouse. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, we can.
I'm sorry. I wanted to apologize about last time that I called in because it was a kerfuffle.
It was a bit boring.
No, it was confusion because he was streaming.
It was confusion.
Remember?
Oh, that was rude, man. That was so rude.
What you just said was rude.
What did I say that was rude? That wasn't true.
You just said I was bored.
Okay, again, what did I say that wasn't true?
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on
I have a
now.
question. I have a
Come
question
on,
since you're going to be rude.
You're our
I have
next
a question
project,
about
by
the UK. Thank you.
Yeah, the UK stands for United Kingdom.
Yeah. Why do you guys not have any street signs ever, anywhere?
Well, except for on the corners of streets and sometimes on buildings.
Especially Wales.
Well, Wales is in
Wales
England.
has got more signs than everyone else because they've got it in different languages.
Do they?
Yeah.
Who's told you this nonsense, mate? Because it ain't
It's not
true.
told. It's experienced. We've been.
When have you ever been? Excuse me. When have you been to our country?
I've been there a lot this past 2 weeks.
Oh, I see.
This past 2 weeks, I've been there a lot, and I've been having people navigate me through it, and it's very confusing. You guys have no signs.
He's a
Your zigzag lines are weird.
I will not have you. Excuse me. I will not have you trash my queen. Of course, we've got signs.
I like the queen.
She's right there.
She's right there, and unfortunately, I've lost the queen close up. Otherwise, we'd be zooming right in.
She didn't fight in the war for this.
Did she?
She did actually. Yeah.
There's no way.
She killed Hitler. In the end, it came down to fisticuffs between her and Hitler.
Battered him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We don't learn about that. We don't learn about anything.
Of course you don't.
Outside of America.
Of course you don't. Because all you learn about is Frankfurter sandwiches. That's all you hear about. Frankfurter sandwiches. Frankfurter sandwiches.
Sandwich.
I don't know what he means either.
Have you not heard the song?
It's just you. No.
Frankfurter sandwiches. Frankfurter sandwiches. You know the song, don't you, St. John?
Yeah.
All my baby wants is Frankfurter sandwiches.
Oh, it's a
Frankfurter
euphemism.
sandwiches.
Euphemism?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't know the song. Goodbye.
No, I haven't heard the song. Bye.
Goodbye.
You.
We're going to find the song. It's a great
I don't
song.
believe in this song.
I'd heard it before, but then Stephen Page played something which I think is a re-edit of it. But let me just find.
It sounds like a poor imitation of sausage soup. Sausage soup.
It's the original. This is great.
Every night I bring her.
There we go. I think it's an edit with the audience put in from different things. I'm not sure. Maybe this is the original film, but this is a great song. Listen to this, man.
Every night I bring her Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. How my baby loves those Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
Ginger Rogers.
I tried to win her with flowers, all kinds of sweetness, till I found out my baby's weakness. Every night she whispers, thanks for the sandwiches, thanks for the sandwiches. But I fear there's something wrong.
Yeah, it's a real song. Apologies accepted.
In instead of her billing and cooing, all she starts doing is chewing. Frankfurt sandwiches, all night long. Say, every night I bring her.
I think she might be pregnant.
Listen to the audience. This is great.
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. How my baby
Where's that woman nearly crying?
Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. I tried to win her with candy, ice cream and custard. But how she likes hot dogs with mustard.
It's a great song.
Every night she whispers, Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. But I fear there's something wrong. Listen, even when it was Yom Kippur, quietly I had to slip her Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches.
Even when it was Yom Kippur,
Quietly, I had to slip her. I think the audience is from another film, but that's a famous song. Frankfurter
Not that
sandwiches.
famous. I've never heard it before.
Frankfurter sandwiches. My baby wants those Frankfurter. It's the arm movement. Frankfurter sandwiches. Frankfurter sandwiches. Oh, it's like he's barely keeping it together.
Can't believe it.
He can't.
Every night I bring her Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. How my baby loves those Frankfurter sandwiches, Frankfurter sandwiches. I tried to win her with flowers, all kinds of sweetness, till I found out my baby's weakness.
Flowers, all kinds of sweetness, till I found out my baby's weakness. It's a flipping great song, man, for Frankfurter sandwiches.
Wow.
It's Oh, I'll retweet
As Big
it.
Boy would say, okay.
Let me retweet it so that you can, Stephen. That comes courtesy of Stephen Page, the great Stephen Page, and he should be playing that in his next concert. It's a great song, isn't it? Welcome. It's the late night alternative. We're back. Look at my hair. Look at my ears.
Let's have a look at Gary's hair.
Hey.
Show us your barnet.
Oh, yeah, no, it's terrible.
Harry Rose, the Broadway jester. Thank you, David.
There he is.
What is it? Have you blow-dried it today?
No, a bit of gel, but it's looking a bit bouffant, isn't it?
It's looking a little bit bouffant, isn't it? But
Everyone is. We're all going big hair now.
Do you think there's going to... This isn't what I've called, but do you think there's going to be a problem? Because you know that when the barbers and the hairdressers open...
The Obamas? When the Obamas open? Sorry, I don't know what you mean by that. You're being racist.
Barbers? Sorry, I'll try to enunciate. There's going to be like a lot of extra hair around being cut off.
Well, then they're lovely new cushions and pillows. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Is that where they go?
Yeah, so exactly where they go.
My query is kind of hair related. I just saw that video you put up. Could you go back and just show that bloke that's sort of hiding in the wings looking on?
No. Who are you? My mother? You're not the boss of me.
It's just a request. It's just a request.
Yeah. I saw him.
He's got a moustache, but it's not one moustache, it's two little ones.
What, with a gap? Do you mean the gap in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people do that in the Filtrum.
Why would you do that?
A lot of people do. Have you ever seen Crossroads? Adam Chance.
Oh, yes, he had one, didn't he?
Adam Chance.
Parting.
Yeah.
Centre parting.
But that must take a lot of extra work.
Well, some men don't grow hair there.
Really?
Some men don't grow their hair there.
Every day? I didn't know that.
It's a secret. But some men shave it. The thing I don't get is the tash where they kind of shave the top of it, so it's half. I need to trim mine. This is going a little bit lower here, and I mean because last week it was there, but now it's going there, and I'm enjoying it.
It's very nearly a Zapata, a bit longer.
I was thinking of doing a Frank Zappa actually. I was thinking of doing a Frank Zappa.
You ever thought about twirling up the ends?
I'll twirl up your end in a minute.
Oh,
what's your name?
I think you know.
Gary, goodbye.
Who's dropped one?
Not me. And I have been dropping a lot this evening. I have not dropped one now.
One of the cats has done a dirty protest.
Someone's in a poopers. So here's where we are. We're back tonight, right? Then we're off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because that's the rest of March. That's the rest of March. He who denied it supplied it. You did the rhyme, you did the crime, Joe. So there. We're off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And yeah, our figures, our viewers are lower.
We'll have to start again.
Then we're back next Thursday and Friday evening.
Yes.
I think I might have the boys here. Unlucky. Then
Nothing.
the week up. Sorry?
Then nothing for a week.
No.
Then the whole week.
Of what time? Okay, so you tell the schedule that you are
Night
50%
times,
off.
is it?
You tell us.
Night
the
times
schedule.
for a week, normal.
What? Give me the dates. Start from the beginning.
Oh, I don't know the dates.
Start from the beginning.
I don't know the dates.
Start from the beginning.
Today. Next week, Thursday, Friday. The following week.
Hey, flipping it.
What?
Lollipops is in the room.
Yes, mate.
Lollipops. Make yourself right. You're getting a VIP. Lollipops.
Thanks for saving me as well. I don't know what dates are.
You're getting a VIP. Lollipops. Am I allowed to say? Oh no, it's not coming up. Lollipops. Am I allowed to say who you are? I don't want to. You're six. Oh no, you're not 16 yet. You're not 16 yet. Unable to add VIP. Why can't I add VIP? VIP. Shut up, big boy. You're getting on my nerves. Lol.
Okay.
You're already a VIP. That's my nephew Dylan, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dylan is in the room. Dylan is Lollipops. Dylan is in the room. He's not 16 yet. 16 on Monday. So tell us the dates. Don't. No. If you've got to do it from a computer, you've got to do it from a computer. Lovely to see you, Dylan.
Next week, Thursday, Friday. And that's your lot.
What time?
Night time. Night time is the right time.
Right.
Following week, 5 nights. Is that correct?
Yep.
Week after that, niente.
Off. I'm on holiday. Oh, I've got to book the cat lady to come and stay again. Okay.
That's from the 12th.
From the 12th. Off.
Now, 19th, new regime.
Well.
No, you've decided no.
No. What do you mean bad? What do you mean bad audio? Where is it bad audio? Where is it bad audio? Is anyone else got bad audio, or is it just Alex on the go 70 that's about to be timed out?
Oh dear, Alex on the go 70.
Has anybody else got bad audio? Goodbye. Oh, slow down, chat, because I want to slow down. Slow down.
Donuts.
Where's he gone? He's escaped. Where's he gone? Alex on the 10-minute timeout. Goodbye.
Have a think about that.
Hey, Jimbo just gifted a tier 1 sub to my nephew Dylan.
Oh, Jimbo. Thank you.
Thank you. David Turners, good evening. Welcome to the show.
That guy.
So on the 19th, it was supposed to be the start of the new schedule, which is going to be
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, Friday night. Friday night.
So that's the new schedule. But unfortunately, we can't start because I get back Monday lunchtime from the break. So, and we do have to. We're going to be quite short of the hours. So we'll have to do Monday night, Tuesday morning.
But that week you'll get us.
The new schedule is going to be starting in a few weeks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. I don't know if Scoot is still here. I saw Scoot ask about 20 minutes ago, how did we find the daytime streaming? We really enjoyed it.
My.
So we're cutting down. You're still getting 60 hours a month, but we're just cutting down a little bit. So the new schedule will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings.
Friday
no shows
nights.
Thursday, Friday nights.
Friday nights.
So that is the new schedule. So the next 3 weeks doesn't really make any sense, and I apologise.
Make sure you're following.
Yeah, I think Scoot's gone, but we had Scoot X was in the chat, who's an excellent streamer.
Make sure you're following and put your notifications on.
Yes, yeah, and we're going to lose a lot of numbers. Something's more important.
I'm getting bullied by a guy called Menace Reverse.
You what? Say you have to speak up a little bit, madam.
Hi, I'm getting bullied by someone.
I don't believe you are.
No, his name is Menace Reverse. He's bullying me because I'm ginger.
Okay, well, I'm going to bully you because you're a twat. Goodbye. Jeez, I mean, it's just.
If you want to give your friends a shout out, you don't have to pretend.
The person you're calling
is a knob.
Gurji is on another line.
Gurji, I'm trying to call you. It's a real phone number. It's my home phone number. You're very welcome to call it. Here it is. 0203 286 6370. Hello, can I speak to Gurjeet, please?
Huh?
Hello?
Yo, hey man.
Who's this?
This is a friend of Lollipops.
No, you're not. That's weird. Why are you pretending to be the friend of a kid?
No, I'm 13.
That's weird. Why would you do that? Why would you? Do you not think that's like properly creepy?
No, what? Lollipops, tell him.
Right. Well, what's Lollipop's real name?
Dylan. I'm in the party with him.
What does his? Don't tell me his last name. But what does his last name begin with?
What is his quiz? I know his quiz.
What does his last name begin with?
He hasn't told me his last name. He's quarter Chinese, isn't it?
Dylan.
Matthews.
Yeah, that's it, Matthews. He's not, but all right. Well, who are you?
I'm one of his mates.
No, you're not.
I'm talking to him right now. Do you want to listen to him?
Yeah.
All right, Lollipops, let me turn this up. Lollipops, talk.
Hey, man.
Hey, Lollipops, talk. He's not. Oh, Lollipops, speak.
Goodbye. The thing is, Dylan's. I've not really seen much of Dylan, obviously, because of lockdown. I've not seen him for over a year. And last time I spoke to him, like the penultimate time I spoke to him, he was talking like that. Last time I spoke to him, he was like, "Yeah, what do you want, Uncle Ian? I'm busy." Turns out these kids grow up.
Yeah,
He's a man.
Pack it in.
He ain't a kid no more. He's a man. And I'm going to challenge him to a traditional nunchucker fight. I get to have nunchuckers. He has to have fists. That's what we do in our family.
Talking
That's
about
the way we do it.
kids growing up, my eldest had a fixed braces put on this week.
Ooh.
And all of a sudden I've got a teenager.
Yeah. Does she like Frankfurter sandwiches? Frankfurter sandwiches.
She doesn't know about those yet.
Okay.
No, she doesn't need to know about those.
Does
She's
sound
still-
delicious, doesn't
She's
it?
still into sausage soup.
Frankfurter sandwiches, though.
It's a hot dog, isn't it?
You'd have 3 hot dogs, and you'd have 1.5, and
Yeah.
you'd cut it in halves
I've
in a
had them.
sandwich.
Because sometimes you run out of baps before you run out of dogs. So I've had Frankfurter sandwiches, but I wouldn't cry out for them in the night. I mean, they're good and all, but they're not that good.
Frankfurter sandwiches. Okay. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. Did Dylan do work experience on the radio show? Yeah, he did. Yeah. He was
Very good he was too.
He was brilliant. It was brilliant. Right, we've got our guests in a few minutes, so let's keep it sharpish. Let's keep moving. Good evening, Will.
Will.
Hey, all right.
What you got for us, Will?
I don't know. I'm still struggling with the house move, struggling to find anywhere. I keep trying to apply for places, and then I rang somewhere the other day, and as soon as I told them that I'm on benefits, she was like, "Oh, we're not going to be able to take the application," which doesn't make me feel great.
Can you not lie? I don't know. It's been so long since. Well, it's not been that long since I rented somewhere. Actually, even I had to jump through bloody hoops to rent that absolute s-hole, and I had to get like guarantors and stuff. And I was going. Do you know what? I've just done a really big job. I can pay you cash if you know. I'm
No,
gonna need
let's get
a
me to sign. You had to get Mummy to sign.
I had to get her to sign it to say that if I didn't pay, I was earning
Would you
at the time
sign
probably
mine?
3 times what she was. If I couldn't pay, that she would pick up the slack.
Yeah,
it was it was so humiliating. Anyway,
Yeah,
so I
that's
kind of
what
get
I
your
need.
vibe.
Is that what I signed, by the way? I was supposed to be paying.
Yeah.
Flipping it.
Yeah.
I could use my parents as guarantors, but neither of them work because my dad's retired. And so like my parents are fairly well off, but like his income isn't regular enough for him to be a guarantor, I think.
Just lie on the forms.
I
Just
know,
lie.
I've thought about it, but then there's like, if I lied and said that I was working, if the DWP heard that, they'd be like, "Oh, you're working, are you?" Do you know what I mean? So it's being really careful. And my friend who I'm applying with, because we're just trying to get a house together because it's much cheaper to get a 2-bed and split it than it is to get a 1-bed. I was talking to my parents about it today, and they said, would it be easier if you pretended that you were a couple? And if we said that we were a couple, I could lose my benefits because she works.
Yeah.
So,
God damn it, it sucks.
yeah. So just a week of getting pissed off at the system and pissed off at landlords and estate agents and all of it. And, yeah.
David Turner says, put on a top hat and say you're a lord. I mean, I don't know, but
Don't know
lords
if the hair would kind of give it away.
Lords
but I'm
can
not.
claim benefits, though.
Yes.
It's
true.
Okay, well, put it on the list.
Yeah, I could always buy a bit of land and actually make myself a lord because people.
You can
say
just buy a certificate, I think, and that
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Well, listen.
So I think where we're at now is that they're going to start asking everyone they know to ask everyone they know to ask everyone they know to see if anyone has a little flat somewhere that I might be able to get. 'Cause I'm starting to think it might not be possible for me to get somewhere with my friend because we're just getting rejected by so many places. And it might just be easier to get a little one bed on my own. It'll be more expensive.
Well, it is. Again, having rented a not a very nice place. First of all, the rent on that is more expensive than the mortgage on this, so that's a whole different.
Yeah,
but
I could
rent
afford
on
a mortgage.
Yeah, but a rent on a
rent.
one bed is pretty much the same as rent on a two bed.
Yeah.
There's not much between
There's
it.
like £100 in it.
Yeah.
In Nottingham, so if I can get a two bed, I will save myself a lot. Or if I leave Nottingham, I will save myself a lot. Derby and Leicester, which
Then
are
you
just
won't be near Nottingham Rock City.
I'm not really bothered about that.
Shut up, Will. You love it there. You love it. Rock.
You don't. I know I look like I do, but
Has it still got a sticky floor?
Ladies and
It doesn't.
ladies and gentlemen.
No,
ladies and gentlemen.
it doesn't because they sold the floor.
You're kidding me.
We have to go
Some
to
of
our
that
guests.
sticky was mine.
We have to
They
go
replaced
to
the
our
floor and
guests.
sold
Well, I
the
don't want to hear about
floor.
semen same floor.
No. What semen? It was beer.
Oh, okay. I apologise. We have to go to our guests. I am. Shut up, man! I am more professional now than I've ever been. Look.
That says a lot.
My nephew is asking his mum, How was your day?
Oh.
They're in the same house.
Yeah.
Lollipops and Glitter Kitty are in the same house.
And yet,
and this is it.
It's taken this
For
show
me.
to bring them together.
I'm the conduit. Yeah. I'm the conduit. I'm the best one in this whole goddamn. I'm the glue that holds this family together.
Gosh.
I'm the glue. Without me.
What?
Without me, we'd all be eating Frankfurter sandwiches. And then my sister replies to him, mind your own business. Frankfurter sandwiches. It's all that.
Sandwiches.
Oh, it's like, Frankfurter sandwiches.
I don't believe in this baby of his. I think he just wants to say Frankfurter sandwiches.
Oh, my baby, loving Frankfurter sandwiches.
Stop it, it's weird.
I know, but I do it well, right?
Yeah.
All around the world. Right, let's get our guest on because
Let's do it.
I need to speak to these guys.
These guys, their podcast about McCartney prompted about an hour and a half's worth of conversation with my dad before Christmas. It was brilliant.
Hang on a minute. I'm in a little bit of.
What have you done?
I might have sent it from a different account.
Oh God.
Well, what is? You signed out because you're currently using it on another device. What? I bet one of my kids in my flipping Zoom. Oh no, I've moved that now. Well, that's annoying. Hang on, hang on a minute. We're right there. It is right. Hang on, now I've got to move that because that's moved. So we get that right. So we start this.
Dave Dogface says these hacks again.
We know you're our Beatles expert, Dave. If at any point, if at any point, Dave, you want to join in, just let me know and I will bring you in, and you can teach these guys a lesson. Teach these goddamn pieces of trash. We know you're our.
Have you seen Paddy's Frankfurter sandwiches?
Frankfurter sandwiches. Oh, my baby's loving. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hey,
how are you?
It's good. Let me just move us. Hang on, look. I've been away in a hotel, Stephen, for the last 3 nights. And
it doesn't show.
No, it doesn't. It was a premiere in Royal Tunbridge Wells, and it was just weird being in a hotel when you've got the global pandemic over in Ireland, haven't you? That's happened over there.
We have a touch of the pandemics.
You've got a touch of the pandemics over there. And it just, being in a hotel was weird.
Well, they sort of put you in the room and then you're pretty much in isolation. They weren't changing the beds or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of lock you in. And speaking of lockdown haircuts, Jason.
Good, isn't it?
Welcome. This is, I want a book. I would buy a book, right? There's going to be some great stuff like films and stuff about lockdown. I would buy a lockdown haircut book where there's a picture before the lockdown and then there's the picture.
Yeah, it's getting good in the back, It's
You're getting the Wings era mullet, Stephen.
Yeah,
you've been enjoying yours, haven't you?
I'm quite enjoying it. And I noticed that Jason's is kind of just going up.
Yeah, it's a sort of eraser head.
That's what it does. It just
Lindsay
sort of
Buckingham.
Yeah, it evolves into sort of a Lindsay and then goes through to a full Jeff Lynne type thing.
For those
my real dad.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. For those who don't know, these are, and I'm calling them guys, the Nothing Is Real guys, the podcast where they've been on before. It's one of my favourite podcasts. I had a big clear out of all my podcasts. You guys survived the cull. It is a real joy. It's a Beatles podcast, but it's not one of those ones that's 2 hours long, and you think, God, you could have cut a good hour and a quarter out of this. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, and it kind of zooms in on the micro that quite often gets overlooked, or it's a joy. And you're back for season. They say
4.
They say season. I don't know if that's an Irish.
Yeah.
4.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to get. Listen, I've heard the first couple of episodes.
You got a sneak preview.
I got
outrageous.
I got bootleg, and I was taping it and passing it around to all my friends. Put it on coloured vinyl. So you've come back with a bang. Now you've come back with and you've not heard it yet, and it's great. This is why I think you're so good. It's not something I'm actually interested in.
You didn't think you were interested in it?
No, exactly. When they said, it's about the Ed Sullivan shows. Okay. But this is what's so brilliant about your podcast is it's fascinating because you talk about the build-up, you deconstruct some of the myths around it, the whole thing about we didn't want to go to the States until we had a number one, and you talk about kind of the meetings and... Brian Epstein comes out of this heroically, generally quite inept and certainly making terrible deals. But I thought, Stephen, he comes out of this heroically.
He really does. So it is that slow build. And as a kid, or sort of as a teenager, when I started listening to the Beatles, I never could understand how they just arrived in New York and there were thousands of people there, and suddenly they had a number one. And there's this 6-8 month build up where Epstein is sort of making deals, and once he's got one deal, he uses that to leverage another deal. And yeah, it's he as you say, he made mistakes, but I think he comes across very well in how he steered them through that.
I'm looking away simply because I'm just posting links in the chat. If you want to go, Nothing Is Real. There's all on all good podcast places.
Yes.
And some
nothingisrealpod.com is the website. The last time we were on, Jason, you were giving out to us about we should do merch and all the rest. So we've got a website now because it's 1998.
Well,
and nothingisrealpod.com.
And I'm going to keep posting that throughout the chat.
We took your advice.
Yes.
Well, but is there merch?
There's
a bit of merch there as well on the website.
Oh, boys.
Exciting, right.
Well, you told us.
No, it's not that exciting.
You told us we needed to have merch.
You've got to have merch. Hang on a second.
You told us we had to have
it's just mugs.
A website.
And there's t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as well. Yeah.
I'm getting a t-shirt.
It's you are our Brian Epstein. You told us what we had to do.
Or Alan Williams, we're not sure.
You can make a penny on each of these, and I'll sell the rest. Well, I'm going to go and get a t-shirt after this. Why starting with that? Why is season 4 starting with that?
Well, actually, season 4 is quite. I know this might seem like a stupid thing to say. It's quite Beatles heavy. I think the last season was very much solo Beatles, and we did a lot of All Things Must Pass and all the rest. So mapping out this season, and it's probably about 80% in the can, is it's a dense Beatle nuggets. It's more 60s based, I think, than the last season. There's a couple of wild cards, but it's why the Ed Sullivan Show? Whenever we're talking about these things, we just try and think about, well, is there a story to be told here? And as you've kind of touched upon there, is there kind of a little bit of an angle that's a little bit different? Is there a couple of blanks that need to be filled in, or is it something that people haven't looked at it in a certain way before? So and once you pull the thread on something like Ed Sullivan, and in classic style, we thought it'll just be one episode, and it turns into 2 episodes. And the fun stuff I liked about Ed Sullivan was, like, apart from the times the Beatles were on, but just all the little mentions of the Beatles, and Ed flew over during a hard day's night and recorded an interview with them on set, and that was broadcast, and he was still showing all their clips all through the rest of the 60s, and even into March 1970 he gets the premiere of the Let It Be clip and all the rest. So he's it's a really long story, but
not the first pub trivia quiz question. Not the first Beatles. Not the first time the Beatles are seen on American television. As I thought, they'd actually been on 2 times before, 3 times if you include Dick Clark.
Yeah, this is the thing. Everyone thinks the first time they appeared on American television was on Ed Sullivan, but it was sort of the live debut, or maybe not the live debut if you include the press conference that they sort of did at the airport. But I like that story where in September '63, Dick Clark on American Bandstand plays She Loves You as one of 5 potential sort of records of the week to get ratings, and in the end he holds a picture of the Beatles up to the camera so that everybody can have a laugh at their hair. So that technically that's the first time they're ever seen on TV. So that's every episode is going to have a pub quiz question in it, and that's the pub quiz question for Ed Sullivan.
Wow.
And but there's always the line, my sister points it out, the line that no crimes were committed whilst the Beatles were on. That's rubbish, right?
Burst that bubble, Stephen, go.
Even the Beatles seem to believe that. George says that at Anthology. But that was originally, a newspaper guy said this as an insult. He said, when the Beatles were on, there were no hubcaps stolen in New York, was the sort of original line. Because the inference was all the hoodlums the teenage delinquents who would otherwise be vandalizing cars were inside watching the television. So it was actually intended to be an insult, and then it was picked up, and then it just became repeated and repeated and repeated, and it became this it was unifying and everybody got together, but it was actually just intended to be only teenage delinquents would watch the Beatles, So
when you do stop and think about it, it is a ridiculous thing to say. There wasn't like a computer database of hourly crimes being collated in 1964. Why would anybody assume that's true? Let's go to the stats,
But this is the thing. Even the Beatles are quoting it. It's Jason, I think, mentions on the episode. Paul talks about in the later episode appearance singing yesterday about how he was nervous and he was looking out through the curtains and people were saying, it's you have to go on now and you have to be. But there are no curtains. He was just there, and so what is he remembering?
Well, Paul is the great PR man, and George doesn't remember anything. There's interviews with George where he doesn't know the album. Was that song on Sgt. Pepper? He doesn't know the albums, and so also, I read that I got that George Harrison book from my wonderful sister for Christmas. God, he sounds like a really moody bastard.
Does he?
He sounds horrible.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Yeah, don't say that.
I think you're right, Ian.
George.
I love George, and I think Somewhere in England is a great album. But I know, controversial. But it sounds horrible.
But that thing you were saying that he doesn't remember stuff kind of chimes in with what Patty Boyd told us about her time when they were just a band expecting it to be all over in 2 weeks. So they didn't think of anything as being momentous. They didn't think that it was going to be something they'd be asked about afterwards. So it's just a kid chancing his arm some of the time.
Yeah, it's also a bit like, I often think it's a bit like something like when you go to college. If there were thousands of people around the world studying my time in college and coming back and telling me, hey, do you remember you did this on this week and then you did this the following month? I'm like, no, I don't really. I was just kind of living my life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of forgivable, if you've got all these people looking at what you did between the ages of 18 and 25, and I don't expect George and Paul to have the details really,
They don't care the way we care.
Yeah,
they don't care.
They don't care, and they've long since developed the standard answer to the standard question. So they get asked the same thing so frequently that they just have an answer. And then if you repeat something, you start to believe it, or you start to not question it. And
I always think it's weird, and I always thought it must be really sad for the Monkees. The Monkees lasted 2 years, really 2 years. And then for the next 50 years, all they're asked about is that 24 months. What that June the 2nd, 67, when you that's all they're asked about is that 24 months of their lives when they were kids. Everything else after that, whatever. And the Beatles are the same, significantly longer actually, but it's the same thing. Speaking of the Monkees, I knew this, but it's a mind-blowing moment. The first Beatles Ed Sullivan appearance, Davy Jones is on there. As a kid, doing a terrible
Oliver stuff.
It's awful. It's, sub Anthony Newley. But I mean, he always told the story. And again, what is it? He always told the story. He saw the Beatles and went, "Oh, I fancy a bit of that," and that inspired him to become a monkey.
Yeah, but trickier to fact check in those days, wasn't it? So you could say what you wanted to, make it a good story.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, totally. But I just always thought it was odd when I found out that they were on the same show.
It is really striking. And when you watch those Ed Sullivan shows, because you can get them on DVD, they're out of print, but they're still out there. You watch them completely from start to finish. And so the Beatles were on live 4 times. And, you watch them and the other entertainment on the shows are quite strange. And there is odd moments like Davy Jones pops up and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And, the amount of commercial interruptions and how it's very, obviously there was only a handful of networks at the time and people just watched what they wanted to watch. But they're really oddly structured.
Oh, you'd have jugglers
those Ed
on.
Sullivan shows.
And Dancing Dogs. Also, they'd have weird British guests. Remember when we had Nicholas Parsons on the show?
Yes.
He'd been on Ed Sullivan when he was part of a double act. They bring over these strange... Morecambe and Wise, I think, had been on Ed Sullivan.
They're on one show with that the Beatles were on.
Were they really?
Yeah.
And they weren't on the one they pre-recorded. The Beatles pre-recorded had Morecambe and Wise on it live.
And they died a death.
I bet.
There's just silence. And it's so odd to be watching Morecambe and Wise going down badly because But the thing is, it is that I can't think of another example where, caught live on camera, one generation is literally just pushing another generation off the stage. They're just saying, right, you've had the jugglers, you've had the kind of Lionel Bart, Oliver, you've had Morecambe and Wise. This is what we're doing. And by the end of that first performance, even the first few songs, their very first appearance on the first show, they know they got America in the palm of their hand. You can see them in the next episode. It's a much looser thing, but it's just that moment. Everything changes. Everything changes at that one point, and it's on camera.
Lino asks, are these two sitting on either side of the same bookcase?
Yes, we're in opposite rooms.
Yes, if I flick my Mark Lewison book, it spins around and I get into Stephen's house. That's how it works. It's like a magic.
Jason, how many of those books behind you are Beatles books?
Well, there's some of them are my wife. A lot of them are my wife's books, actually. So that's the music shelf over there.
Okay.
With you can see the Wings box set. That's very important. Just there. And then there's some King Crimson there, folks, if you're paying attention. Okay. And then, I don't know, lots of other books. Stephen's Beatles collection is much more organized.
Yeah, these are
they're all Beatles, aren't they, Stephen?
Everything in these two shelves are all Beatles books. Everything.
I want to have sex with you. Honestly, I do. That really turns me on. Let's just have some music. I just read a really geeky book. I love books with lists in, and this is a book about Wings concerts in the 70s. Have you read it, Stephen?
I have seen that book, and I have that book in my basket to hit. Should I get that book?
Is it in your basket? Because it's too geeky. Even for you.
I just haven't quite. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
I will.
In Newcastle, they didn't play Bit Bop, but the night before they played it twice.
Wow!
You know, it's that kind of. I love it.
I love
it.
I'm going to get that for Jason for Christmas.
Hey.
Exactly.
Are there these? We've got Jason and Stephen, by the way. We should say, dear listener, for those who have just tuned in, Nothing Is Real is the podcast. It is an absolute joy. I'm such fans, so it's always a thrill to have you two on. I would say my favourite Beatles related podcast was Take It Away. Which was just so beautiful. Of course, we lost Ryan, which is so sad. This is the closest you're going to get to that in terms of excellence, and also in terms of. You two are really nice to listen to. I got my sister turned on to you. You two are nice to listen to. You're good company.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Really easy company, really warm. It sounds like you're just listening in on two friends. It's great.
We sound like people's grannies, isn't that what
I was going to say, my favourite review was someone said, I really love this podcast and the accents remind me of my late granny. And I thought, wow, you can't get nicer than that, you know?
Yeah.
Is there...
She had a deep voice.
Let's do it. Just without even thinking... The worst Beatles song, Blue Jay Way.
Oh.
Don't think. Let it out. Come on, Jason.
You Know What to Do. That one. George Harrison's You Know What to Do from Anthology. Does that count?
He's got a kind of Kick It George song there.
I don't think is Anthology.
Does that know Anthology songs don't count?
Anthology songs don't count. I think What Goes On. I think is
actually What Goes On
is a kind of dirgy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even more
more than Obla Di Obla Bloody Da?
Obla Bloody Da. Or what's that terrible Lennon song?
Do you want me to do 20 minutes on Obla Di Obla Da? I can kick off on that if you want.
Don't get him started.
You know,
Jason, is this story true about that they can't work out the piano for Obla Di Obla Da? And did you want to tell that story? Because I love that.
They'd spent, if you actually trace how the White Album was recorded, the first song they recorded for the White Album's Revolution, they spent a long time on that. And Paul's first song is, I think, Blackbird. But the first band song, they're about a couple of weeks into recording the White Album. The first band song they record is Obla Di Obla Da. And Paul records a version of it and then another version of it, and he's kind of dragging it out a bit. And eventually, they try and work on another remake, and Lennon just goes over to the piano and says, "God damn it, it just goes like this." And he goes, "Dan da da dan da da dan dan dan." Off they go. And that's how they record it.
That was the finish.
That was it, you know. So he hammers away, and he's absolutely right. But I think Obla Di Obla Da is I can understand why people think it's jaunty and annoying, but it's actually a fascinating song in terms of the story it's trying to, tell. So in the year of Enoch Powell and Rivers of Blood and all the rest, he's telling a very sympathetic tale of, what immigrant life brings to the UK. And doing it in a genre of music that's also kind of been introduced into the UK as well, like a ska shuffle, and the Beatles are just knocking that out, and they're not saying anything about it, and then they're just on to the next thing. So I have a lot of time for Obla Di Obla Da.
He said he could do 20 minutes on this. So
I'm not joking.
My recent rabbit hole is finding, and it was prompted by seeing a colour picture of Paul McCartney and Old Man Steptoe, I can't remember his name, from A Hard Day's Night, but in colour. And then I started looking for photos. That's it. I started looking for photos taken in colour. And then someone's colourised some of the footage from A Hard Day's Night. I've never been a fan of colourised black and white footage, but my God, it's thrilling to see.
I've seen some of that.
I've seen that. Yeah.
There's only a few minutes out there, but it's thrilling.
Yeah. I mean, colorization is getting better. I mean, it's now an AI process, so it's quite interesting what people are doing with kind of renovating old photos and old bits of footage. So yeah, it's quite tempting to see what's doable with a colorized Hard Day's Night.
We're going to get that one day. That's bound to be 5 years from now, or a colorized version.
And speaking of breathing life into old footage, that Get Back Peter Jackson.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Trailer. Oh. Yeah. God, it just looks, because we have all seen, the geekiest among us have seen the VHS bootlegs of Let It Be, that like 5th generation, and I enjoy Let It Be. I like watching it. I like that document, even though it's quite dour. But this colorized footage, it looks so bright, and they're laughing in it.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and they're rewriting the history as well.
Yeah.
It was that little clip at the end of 8 Days a Week that suddenly popped up onto the screen, where it was the rooftop from a different angle, and you suddenly thought that gave you a little hint, and then suddenly this trailer comes along.
Yeah.
And are they rewriting history? I don't know. I sort of, it's like Jason was saying, if he and I have an argument now and you record it for posterity and then you play it back every day or every month or every week for 50 years, then people think, that's our relationship. And that's what it's just one day.
Yeah.
Have
either of you thrown a topic into the ring and the other one's gone, no, we don't want to.
It's it occasionally keeps slipping into the Jeff Lynne podcast, and we each have a veto.
Right, we have vetoed stuff.
So I vetoed Jeff Lynne. What do you veto, Jason?
I vetoed an episode. Well, Stephen suggested Charles Manson as an episode, and I said flat out, no way, we're not doing Charles Manson.
And I said flat out, we're not doing Jeff Lynne. So there's a sort of an equivalent.
Very similar gentlemen.
There's an equivalent.
Yes, both murderers of the type.
I don't think we've really.
No, there's nothing that really, because usually it's like a game to try and find out something that's could we do. The films of Ringo Starr is the one that always comes to mind.
I think that was a joy.
The silliest idea.
I've sat through Caveman. I've watched Caveman.
Oh God!
And but this is where I disagree with you. I sat through Caveman, but I could not sit through that piece of crap, The Son of Dracula with Harry Nilsson. I could. I
really?
5 minutes and I went, this is awful. And I watched any old crap.
But were you?
It's worth it for the music scenes. The music scenes are fantastic.
Yeah. Were you watching a bad sort of YouTube?
Yeah.
There was a friend of mine got me a bootleg DVD for Christmas, and it's a much improved copy. It's very watchable. If you like those Hammer House of Horror films, and the music scenes are great. Ringo is the worst thing in it.
Wow.
Nilsson is actually very good.
Yeah.
But we watched them. We watched them, so you didn't have to.
And you can also look out for the Ringo or Robin furniture, which is in Harry Nilsson's flat.
Explain what that is, because I don't think Catherine will know that. Some of this is great.
Hang on a minute. Is that awful? Didn't he have like an awful coffee table you showed me once?
That's it. Yes, he has a Rolls-Royce coffee table.
He had a furniture company.
So way back,
the radiator of a Rolls-Royce.
Way back in the early 70s, he gave his wife a Christmas present of Perspex discs filled with mercury. So these kind of little odd kind of lava lampy kind of things, because like early executive toy type stuff. And he was so excited by the person who designed them, who's a guy called Robin Cruikshank, that he set up a design company called Ringo or Robin. And what was it? Well, I thought there's a great bit of footage you should dig out, which is Ringo showing off the first round of Ringo or Robin furniture on Blue Peter in the early 70s. Wow. Slightly refreshed, really quite funny. But what was curious was this. What sort of seemed like an odd tax dodge was that Ringo was invested in this for the better part of the next 18 years or so, and they had a showroom over in central London somewhere. It escapes me where it was at the minute. And eventually, Ringo kind of bequeathed or was bought out, and Robin still runs ROR International as a going concern, so you can still actually buy stuff.
And he's still going. He'll come and fit out your flat or your studio or your palace in Dubai.
Yeah. So with tat. Wow.
Yeah.
But expensive. It's expensive tat.
It is quite expensive, yeah. But it's still there.
What else are you allowed? Can you give us any teasers? I'm just going to post the link again. This is Nothing Is Real podcast. You can get it anywhere. In the old days, you have to say which podcast places, but you can get it anywhere. It's a real joy. The episodes, they're not, they're sort of 45-minute, 50-minute episodes, so they're good chunks, and it's just delivered so bloody well. My sister kind of was very late coming to you, and I think after the last time you came on, she just binged all of your stuff in like a week, and was distraught when she was coming to the end like a sad junkie. Can you give us any hints of what else?
Oh my god, I've just found ROR Furniture's website.
We'll go
there you go.
A bit.
Wow.
Can you give
nice
us,
it's very Iain, isn't it?
We could make her into a tray.
It does look like the Elvis thing. What else is coming up in the series? Can you give us some hints?
Well, I think we can say next week's episode. I think we'll reveal it here. Next week's episode is From Me to You, which is, their first, well, depending on who you talk to, their first, number one in the UK, although Please Please Me got to number one in some charts. It's their first standalone single. And we also reckon it's probably a bit of an overlooked song. And so, again, we kind of said, is there a story to tell about just that one song, From Me to You? And there is, so we're going to do that next week.
I love for their radio show, they changed it, didn't they? From Us to You.
Oh yes, From Us to You. Yeah.
It's always weird hearing those little BBC things where sometimes they change the solo or the lyrics ever so slightly. It's a joy.
Yeah.
The Beatles are so fucking good, aren't they? They're just so good.
They are.
Well, I saw an interview with Mark Lewison, and he was sort of saying, you just can't do this with any other band. And other bands have good stories, like the Rolling Stones have a good story, or, U2 might have a good story. All bands kind of have origin myths and all the rest. I said, good story. You don't have to like the music to like the story. Like the same dudes for 45 years. That's an extraordinary story. But the Beatles story only has that strange thing of, you can drill down to a particular week, that there are so many interconnections in the Beatles stories that you kind of pull one bit out. It just doesn't happen the same way.
And so many coincidences, like Davy Jones being on the Ed Sullivan Show, or David Crosby being the first person to actually hear A Day in the Life. He just happened to be in the studio that day, and they kind of set him down in front of, in between two speakers and played him that song. So he was the first person outside their inner circle to hear that.
Listen, everybody thinks they know the Beatles, but how much do you guys really know about the Beatles?
I think it's time to go.
I feel questions coming on.
So now you are like the Irish Beatles champions or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll get my medal here.
Only because there's been a pandemic and there's been no one to come and take the crown.
We got some.
Recognise everyone. Bow down.
There you go.
Just happen to have it to hand.
It just happen to have it here. That's
all right,
like
these
an
are very
OBE
easy
in this
ones.
country.
These are very easy questions. These are very, very easy. Here we go. Question number 1. How many members of the Beatles are left-handed?
2.
Who would that be, please?
Paul and Ringo.
Paul and Ringo. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Who recorded the single Ringo, I Love You, and who produced it?
I know you know this, Stephen.
No, go.
Ringo, I Love You was Cher, wasn't it? But it was Betty Jo. What was her name?
These guys are good.
It was Cher, and it was produced by Phil Spector. But
Betty Jo something was her name. Or Betty, I can't.
Bonnie Jo Mason. Cher as Bonnie Jo Mason,
wow,
and it's a cracking song. Ringo Starr is. Hang on, what is this? Ringo Starr is totally absent. Oh no, that's too many. It's asking for 16. We'll be here all night.
16 songs in which Ringo does not appear.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ringo Starr is totally absent on which 16 officially released Beatles recordings. Note, if he so much as contributed a backing vocal, he's not considered totally absent. Jesus.
Yesterday,
Jeez, that's tough.
The Inner Light.
Within You, Without You.
The Ballad of John and Yoko. Within You, Without You.
Yeah.
You could argue whether he's on Dear Prudence or Old Brown Shoe.
Back
Paul
in the
plays
USSR.
the drums on Dear Prudence.
Back in the USSR.
Well, no, he does contribute to Love Me Do on the tambourine.
Back in the USSR.
Back in the USSR.
Oh yeah, back in the USSR. Yeah.
It's going to be the acoustic Mother Nature's Son, potentially.
Yeah.
This is like watching.
Is he on like Mother Nature's Son
Genius
or?
He's probably not on You've Got to Hide Your Love Away.
Is he on Wild Honey Pie?
Well,
hang on a second. He's not on Wild Honey Pie. He is on Hide Your Love Away.
He's got a tambourine on. Yeah.
Revolution 9.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
She's leaving home, Her Majesty, because.
Oh yeah.
Eleanor Rigby. I think
that's a pretty good showing.
I think you've passed the test.
I think they are who they say they are.
Passed the audition.
Yes, well done. It's always such a pleasure to have you guys on, and it was such a lovely, polite respectful email. I was wondering if we could possibly.
Hell
you
yes.
guys come on anytime you want. You got a special episode coming up. You're just feeling a little bit lonely because of lockdown. You want to compare,
haircuts.
Barnett's.
Yeah,
You guys are always welcome. It's a joy. The podcast is Nothing Is Real. There's the link in the chat, nothingisrealpod.com. You can get it everywhere that you get podcasts. It's the beginning of season 4. How many episodes have we got in total? So that are out in the back catalogue?
There's 50 episodes out in the wild. We're doing 12 episodes in season 4, plus another 3 for subscribers. Hey, subscribers. And
special friends of the show.
And special friends. And
and
some other bits and pieces.
You may need to update your feed because you've changed. I think you've moved over. I had to update my feed on Castbox.
Oh, hello.
Yes, it said... This is now it's the podcast service I use. It's the one I just picked up.
Okay.
I don't think it's the most user friendly.
Different.
No. So if you haven't got the new episode if you're a subscriber and you haven't got the Ed Sullivan episode, then just go and have a little look, make sure it's in there, but it should all happen. I'm going to go and buy a t-shirt. Thank you, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure.
You too, Ian. Thanks for everything. Thank you very much.
And listen, I hold absolutely no grudge that you did Jeff Lloyd's show first. We are not...
He did what?
We are not petty like that, Catherine. We like Jeff. It's fine.
Yeah. But he came to us and said, I can't believe you were on Ian Lee's show.
Because
we sounds like him, doesn't it?
Backstabber.
It sounds just like
Backstabber.
him.
I'm going to send him an anonymous text. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later on.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
I love their podcast so much.
And you know what? The more I look at ROR International's work, the more I'm liking it. I can see why they're charging those prices.
We need to play some ads. So let's just play some ads.
Hi, guys.
Oh, there's Dennis Daly. Why have I lost? Oh, it's going to be... Where's all that gone? Let me just go to Twitch. We'll play some adverts. Then we will find... There's the pull stretch lady. Then we're going to find Ringo on Blue Peter selling that furniture. They're such nice gentlemen, aren't they? Gentlemen. That's what they are. I mean, who knows? They might be bastards in real life. I don't know them well enough.
Massive.
But they're gentlemen. Excuse me, a little bit windy.
Seriously, though, these ROR, Robin Cruikshank designs, I mean, they are a taste level. I don't hate them.
Ringo Starr, Blue Peter. I love Ringo. Ringo Starr and Blue Peter. Here we go. I'm assuming it's... Yeah, this is it.
Oh, look at him. Was there a lockdown on then?
And it's the latest thing in furniture. It's a stainless steel shelf set, and it's been designed by a very famous gentleman. It's Ringo Starr. Hello, Ringo. Welcome to Blue Peter.
Thank you.
How long have you been designing furniture
Careful.
now?
About 18 months.
18 months.
Careful now,
Well,
don't
this
lean on
is
it.
a very impressive piece.
I know the audio's gone quiet.
It's the olden days.
It's the olden... Well, you can still hear us, right? Yes. It's the olden days. I can't make it any louder, I'm afraid. Jesus. People.
You can move your shelves up and down, can't you? They're
Any
sort of
level.
adjustable.
Yeah.
Now that on the top is black, and that's wood. Now that's not steel.
No, that's just being put up there for now. We made 4 of these.
Yeah.
And that one was spare, and I thought, well, may look nice on top of there. That's really an occasional table where you can put records in the...
He's just put
storage,
put a table up on the top.
Just make it look.
He's just put another table on the top.
Side and store tapes or whatever you like, you know.
Well, it's good storage though up there, and you just take it down and use it as a small table. Well, apart from the big stuff, you also make the small stuff. We've got some steel objects here which have been chrome plated. These are ornaments, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, that's a little box actually.
This one?
Hash box.
It's nice colours inside, you see.
Nice colours inside. Yellow. That's his hash stash, ladies and gentlemen. His hash stash is going to go in there.
You do mobiles as well, but this isn't steel. It is a mobile.
Well, perspex I like as much as steel.
It's the sort of texture and the feel of it all that you like, is it?
And this is like, you know, people have things on desks and tables.
Yeah.
And that's just to have a bit of movement in it. You just turn it round if you get a bit fed up looking at it.
And this is all mercury and it just runs all the way down. A bit like an egg timer, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Well, these are some mobiles. Now, you've got a larger mobile over here.
Oh, there's one going.
Underneath is what I think is the piece The resistance. I can't speak French. Is that near enough?
It sounds like chicken soup to me.
You've got a stainless steel piece in the middle. Now, in fact, there's only one of these in the world at the moment, isn't there?
Yes. Well, the radiators are very hard to come by because you phone up Rolls or one of the people, and they say, "Well, what's the chassis number?"
Oh, I
we
think got a
don't
chassis
have
number.
a Rolls. And so they're very hard to get, but we found this man who got them.
And it's free. Anybody can go in.
You can all walk in and have a look around.
Right. They all will now. And will you be exhibiting anywhere else?
Well, we're negotiating to get a shop.
Yeah.
And then in February...
He
we
really
go to
doesn't look
France
convinced
with
by it, does he?
And then we go to
He's
America
thinking,
with it.
just over a year ago, I was drumming in the Beatles.
Yeah.
Now I'm selling this crap. Now I'm selling this crap. 0203 286 6370. We've got to do our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Please, thanking you. This show could not happen. And we've missed a few days and we're missing out a few more days. So just so that you know, we're going to whack on a couple of extra weeks or sort something out with our sponsors so they get the full ads in case you were wondering. And they have all been, including the wonderful 34sp.com.
Yes.
Marvellous.
Of course they have, because
They're good people.
Decent people. 34sp.com. If you were thinking about sorting out a website, now is the time, because they'll give you 3 months to try it out free.
What else are you going to do now?
With the code TLNA.
Do it.
You can sort out a WordPress site, and if you have any trouble with it, you can give them a ring. They've got the best customer service department I've ever heard of. They're on the end of the phone and they're ready to take your call. They also speak geek, so if you're doing something a bit more extravagant or you want some help sort of doing tweaks that only geeks would know about, then they're the people.
Good people who we like a lot. Same with abbeycare.co.uk. If you're an addict, if you're an alcoholic, if you're struggling in any of those things, there is a better way of living. Look at me. I'm living it. Look at this one. Abbey Care, they've got they're a specialist addiction recovery clinic. They've got a base in Gloucester and a base in Glasgow. It's only places beginning with G's. And it's residential, and it will, if you put in the work and if you want to, that's the caveat, they can't do it for you. They can give you the opportunity. And how have we gone quiet? No, we haven't. I don't think we have gone quiet. Anyway, who cares? You can hear what I'm saying. If you want the opportunity to get well, they will present you with the opportunity to get well. It's up to you whether you want to take it. abbeycare.co.uk. You can turn your life around. I'm just going to see what happens. If I go to this shot, does it get louder? No, it's the same. It's the same volume. Let's get the phones up and running. Here comes a phone call.
James B. GWG.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, this is Philip. I'm on live.
Sorry?
Hello? Hello, this is Philip.
Turn off your... Well, they're all coming out of the woodwork. Turn off the stream and listen to us
Well,
on the phone.
I'm just going to do it now.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, the reason I rang in, Ian, how are you, and Catherine?
All the better for hearing you.
Well, the reason I rang in, you're talking about the Beatles, because I saw the Beatles perform without instruments.
Go on, talk to me. Talk to me.
It was in Lower Regent Street. There was a radio show called Pop In. It was the show that later became on TV, Ready, Steady, Go, hosted by Keith Fordyce. And what it was, they had all the big stars there. Yeah. The stars from the UK and America, if they were in town, they came on the radio show. Well, the Beatles came on to do Love Me Do. Yeah. And while the record was playing, they played it, well, imaginarily, without instruments, you see. So you've got Ringo at the back making out that he's playing the drum, and you've got all the others doing, what they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll never forget that, because it must have gone round the business that was what you did when you came on Pop In, and the Rolling Stones did it when they came in as well.
Can I ask, Philip, how long have you been watching us?
Well, no, I must admit, I did catch you when you were doing on the ordinary Twitch.
Yeah, on the ordinary Twitch.
Yeah, I'm so busy, with everything I'm doing that...
No, it's just because we haven't... I'm genuinely... I was thinking about you the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, I've not heard... No. I thought, I've not heard from Philip for ages. I hope he's okay.
Yes, I'm fine. Actually, I rang you for another reason as well, which if I may be allowed in a minute just to mention.
It depends. If I owe you money, then we're kind of running out of time. So
Right, reason we're going to have a fight now. I was very, very sorry to hear the other day about poor George Segal passing away.
Okay.
And you know why George Segal's got connection with your show?
Because I was attacked by a
Used
seagull?
to be in
No, the reason was George Segal appeared in a famous film which I loved, you hated, Sparks hated.
Roller coaster.
Yes. And of course, I read something the other day that's going to amaze you. Did you know that before Sparks were offered, another group were up
I do know.
Who
Let
were
me
they?
think. I do know this. Hang on a second. So, before Sparks were in the 1976 disaster movie
Roller Coaster,
it was offered to someone else.
Well, I don't know if it was offered to them. Their name was in the frame.
Was it Slade?
No, it wasn't Kiss.
No, well, I think Kiss didn't. I read that Kiss didn't want to do it because they'd done Phantom of the amusement park.
I don't know. Go on. Who was it?
The Bay City Rollers.
The Bay City Rollers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Drunk Chimpanzee, for that £5. It's appreciated.
Can you imagine them? Can you imagine them in the film?
Well, as I've not seen the film.
You've never.
Yes.
Oh, come on! You
No,
must
I've not
have seen
it.
I thought by now. I mean, with Sparks and us being and them famous,
Us being and them famous and all that. Philip, how are you? Are you well and are you happy, sir?
I'm very well. I mean, it's getting a bit much after a year, but I played when this lockdown started. I made a routine. I'm still doing things. I still do occasional radio bits, and
you've had your jab, right?
You never guess where I went to have my jab?
Up your bum.
Epsom Racecourse.
Oh.
Well, when they give me a list, it said they give me a choice. This was quite early, and Epsom Racecourse was on the list. You see.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I fancy a day out at the races, so I went over there, didn't I? I got there an hour early, and I was seen straight away.
Boom! And have you had both jabs?
No, I've got another one coming up next month.
Okay. Well, listen, Philip won't mind me saying, Philip, you're in your 80s, right? I'm not doing you a disservice.
No. I'm 78.
Wow, I thought you were in your 80s. Well, Philip, this is what we were hired to do, to bring different ages to Twitch, and it is working. It's so nice to hear from you, Philip.
Nice to hear from you too.
You take care, fella.
You're the best, and
bye,
Catherine.
Tatty bye. I honestly, hello, caller.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
Hope you're both well.
What you got for us?
Well, I was the person that was messaging quite a bit about asking the Beatles podcast
you were obsessed with the bloody
guys.
Idris Elba interview.
Yeah, I was. That's me, I'm afraid. Because
Idris Elba interviewed Paul McCartney, and you are disappointed and surprised that it didn't go very deep. What did you expect from the actor Idris Elba interviewing Paul McCartney?
He's also a DJ.
Well,
to talk about the time that he was in prison in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I wanted the feedback on from them. Maybe if they'd heard, I don't know whether you heard as well, the Adam Buxton interview around the same time, which
Haven't heard it yet.
go a lot deeper. But it was good, but I appreciate that. That's probably a bit of a dead-end point.
Well, but also, I mean, is it really a surprise that an Adam Buxton interview would be better than an Idris? I mean, Idris Elba's interview, I'd imagine, I've not heard it, would be BBC One. Adam Buxton's interview would be what we'd call in the old days Channel 4, which would be much more budadum.
Yeah. I mean, it was in the new days, Adam Buxton podcast, BBC One, prime time, lots of,
I know the bit that Adam wasn't asked to take out, but Paul's PR people suggested that if anything was going to go, it would be this bit that they would like to take out.
This is why I knew there was something. That's why I was pushing. Oh, you want me to tell her? Or I can't.
No, I'm telling her. You can't hear us.
Okay.
Oh, mate.
There you go. I've told her. I'm not saying it.
Right. Well,
Wouldn't be fair, 'cause I was told in confidences.
But that's why I was so keen, because I knew there'd be a point of view or a bit of interest, and a couple of people in the chat agreed.
Well, go and start your own. Go and start your own show on Twitch. Go and do it. Not you monkey. Good day to you. Not you monkey. I'm not doing you monkey.
I mean, we are their monkeys to an extent.
I'm not their monkeys. 510 viewers. It's like we're starting again. And you know what? I don't care, baby. Dave, could you ask the Nothing Is Real guys if they heard the Idris Elba?
Yeah, when I'm talking to him next, I'll ask him.
Okay, this is the
probably
real
what I
Beatles
thought,
expert.
which he said, "Oh, I didn't really prepare for this," and I went, "Okay." Cheers for that.
Dave is our Beatles expert, and he was fact-checking that entire interview. Yeah. Dave, please tell us where they went wrong.
Oh, well, where do you start, frankly? I've known them for years. I discovered them.
Yep.
You made them.
I made them. I used to do a podcast, and I used to get them on simply because it meant no one else had to do any work. And I think they're fantastic, and the podcast is fantastic. I can't slag them off. Although I know when they said about shows that they'd vetoed, Jason wanted to do one on Saturday Night Live, and Stephen
hates it.
Pathological hatred for American television. I'd say. Yes.
Wow, okay.
Hey, now you've reminded me of something about can't speak bad of people. I hate you, Gatford, because what was Gatford's suggestion the other day?
Oh God, I don't know.
He said we should start beef with James Buckley.
Yes.
And he said we should hire James on Cameo.
I've just done that podcast that went up today.
Yeah, okay.
What happened? Has he come through?
James Buckley refunded us, messaged me directly. He said, I can't say anything bad about you and Catherine, even in jest. So then I replied, going, that's nice, thank you. But then it fermented, and I thought, oh shit. I put him in an awkward position because of some bell end on here.
Prick.
So I then sent him a message saying, I'm really sorry if I put you in an awkward position. That was probably out of order, actually. It was a bit of fun, and I get a bit carried away sometimes. And he came back and went, oh, no, it's all good.
Oh, that means it's not.
No, it does. It does mean it's all good. It does. But I just think it shows what a piece of trash Gatford is.
Gatford's
one good
stirring it again.
One good idea, and it's dead. He's over. He's finished. He's done.
Yeah.
But I was watching, just earlier, I was watching Stephen Colbert's show. Took over from Letterman. And he's a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Sorry, did you say took over from Letterman as though I didn't know that?
I was just helping your audience. He took over from Letterman.
Don't help those losers.
And he's a big Lord of the Rings fan, so he went down to Peter Jackson's place last year. And he said he watched 8 hours of footage, just of the Get Back footage.
Well, I've watched the 6-hour edit of Spinal Tap, so...
Yes,
I know what it was like. Mark says, does Dave have the Frankfurter Sandwiches song on vinyl?
Yeah, signed by what his name was? I can't remember his name now.
Jimmy
Harry
Bollocks.
Rose. Yeah, Harry Rose and the drummer. Yeah, on vinyl, on pink vinyl. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm going to cut you off unless you have anything else to say.
No, just have a nice break, and it'll be good to see you back.
Goodbye. Good. He's getting sentimental.
Sentimental.
He's getting sentimental there. Sentimental journey. I feel I have dominated the show tonight, so it's Catherine.
Oh, what? My turn now? Why are you doing that for?
Because you did that to me earlier on when you would not stop talking, and I was trying to make a very serious point, and then she did the thing that callers do, where she went, and I made my point, and then she sat there looking at me.
No, I didn't. I was waiting for you to...
Is it my turn to... Can I? Is it my turn to talk now?
Sometimes it's tricky to know when you're finished.
Hang on a minute. Audio is... What vinyl audio is... Oh, right, okay. Vinyl audio is poor. What the hell are you talking about?
Nice heavy vinyl. Oh, beautiful. Could you stop that, please?
That's what sniff sounds like. Where can you watch the 6-hour tap? I don't know. I had it on VHS. I bought it from an adult website in Miami.
What?
That's the truth. Years and years ago, I haven't got it. I lent it to someone, never got it back.
Speaking of adult websites, what's on the tapes? No one's found out who got those old blueies yet, have they?
Well, I know we haven't, but we have got some posts.
Oh, goody.
If you want to write to us, you can.
I've been writing to enough of you, to be honest. I've quite enjoyed it.
I like the I don't think we're doxed on here, are we? Look at the lovely... Look at that.
Someone really taking the time there. Watch and learn, the rest of you scribblers.
Yep. Well, okay, focus now. It's just going to focus up. There we go. That's in focus.
It's not really going to be.
That's in focus.
Just imagine something nice. Oh. Focus, everyone.
Doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it does. Right.
Hello. Who that on the phone? Peter.
Hello.
Speak of the...
Are we seeing you, Peter, or are we just hearing you?
You're just hearing me.
Okay. Beautiful. How may we be of assistance to you, sir?
Well, the blueies, as it were,
Yes.
One of my good streaming
804
friends.
Blueies that was VHS that Pete was that someone was selling.
800.
Let's get the Blueies newies. Blues News.
Yeah, well, we don't know the identity, but a good streaming friend of mine, Bite My Thumb, did actually contact the seller, which I'd kind of told people not to do, but
So that your mates could steam in and get the story. Okay, that's fair enough. You're like Jake Gyllenhaal in that film where he sets up accidents so he gets the scoop. That's okay. It's fine. It's immoral, but it's okay. It's fine. Well, you did it.
But he at least handled it with some sort of discretion, kind of. But anyway, yes. So basically, it was the seller was someone who had just bought like 2,000 of these tapes. For much the same thing as me, but on a much larger scale, because I guess he probably didn't realize how big 2,000 tapes are. Anyway, the person he's giving them to kind of said something about wiping them to sell on.
Wiping what? Was it wiping? Oh, wiping the tapes. Okay.
Wiping the tapes with a magnet. Whether that's actually what's going to happen or not is anyone's guess, but that is...
Someone's going old school, and we all know it.
I
agree with sex with a robot.
Someone's going to get a knock on the door. Their wife is going to open the door, see 804 Blueies, and go Kazumba. Exactly. Sorry to use your youngest daughter.
I wish you wouldn't.
Sorry, that was inappropriate.
I hope they're just going to walk around and sort of with the door closed and go, well, there's lots of graphic content here.
Grab pussy.
Just taking a look around, which won't mean anything if you didn't see the clip. I tweeted a clip.
Oh, you did tweet
Did you see the clip?
I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, it's a good clip. We can play it.
There were children around.
We can play it. It's a great clip.
I didn't dare.
It's strangely safe for work, given that it involves an adult.
Oh, I love a cat bum.
Yeah, there'll be no cat bum in it. Pete, I say this with respect and love. Go away, because we're going to find it. Let's do that package that we've got there. Who is that, please? What is that, please?
Sorry, pen ran out. Oh, it's in red, then blue pen. Love it. And I can see the moment where it started to run out. Dear Iain and Catherine, by the way, your writing is just like my sister's. Are you my sister? No, Sarah. Dear Iain and Catherine, I've previously sent a gift yesterday for you both, but who knew that on the way to your heart was the power of fortune telling? These have been sitting in the house for too long without a purpose. I'm not sure you realise, but some of us, the power of the show and some of the people on it mean we survive another night.
Oh, grow up.
Without doing something stupid in the day. Hip, hip, hip. Sarah, take it. Take the comp.
I'm taking it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks,
Thank
Sarah.
you. Thank you.
What we have here is take a ticket, get an answer. Fortune dispenser.
Oh, go on then. Well, let's do it. Do we have to ask a question or do we just...
You do.
Okay.
Contemplate, repeat.
I've got a question.
Let me open it because I've filed my nails though. Right, what's your question?
No, a lot of the postcards got sent out today. That's a good point. If you have not given me your address, not if you haven't received your postcard, if you have not, and Pete, actually, I don't remember doing one for Pete.
No.
Pete's not a tier 3. Pete's a mod. So he wants Savio's. Get lost, Pete. If you have not received your postcard yet, don't panic. If you have not given me your address and you think you deserve a postcard because you're a tier 2 or tier 3, email the email's there.
How am I supposed to get in this thing?
In here, the local manager is.
Pete, do you want
hang on here.
Pete, do you just want to say in the chat where this tape is from, by the way? Savio is not. You're not allowed to pass on your postcards to other people, so that is nonsense.
It's not happening.
That is not happening.
I pulled open the wrong end.
Okie dokie.
Which is an easy mistake to make.
There we go.
Right. Here we go. Pull, contemplate, repeat.
Okay. Do I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Catherine a bellend? I haven't got my glasses on. Knock, knock.
Turn it over.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Oh, hang on. You might have to pull it.
Oh, that might be the starter one. Right. Is Catherine a bellend? Oh. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Is Catherine a bellend? Good things are coming your way. I'm going to take that as a yes.
is the dream of the waking. Oh, I don't think this is. I think this is just fortunes.
Is moving to... Oh, so you don't ask it a question. So
Maybe
when I
not.
said, do you ask it a question, I thought because you had the box in your hand that you'd read it. And
I told you what the box says. The box says, Paul, contemplate with
So
me.
when I said you ask it a question, you said yes. That was a lie.
I don't think you were paying proper attention.
That was a lie. All right. So my fortune is going to be, if you expect nothing, you'll be pleasantly surprised by anything. There we go. That sums up our relationship.
Surprised
by my nipple, Jesus! If I squeezed your nipple again, I'd have another court case. You saw that? You TOS, Matty.
Purple nurple.
TOS. So this Pete goes through tapes like a pervert, and this is one he found. Look at this. Look at this. This is great.
They don't actually want us to go in filming here. The local manager isn't too worried about it, but the head office have
Videos. Oh, you can't see, but videos.
Marital aids.
But videos with an apostrophe.
Oh, God. Stop
actually
this.
said yes, so I'm going to go in anyway.
They're not allowed to take the camera, right? This is what sex shops used to look like. I remember seeing them in London as a kid. Can't do that.
It's a new experience for me. Hi.
It's a new experience. Sticky door.
I'm just having a general look at everything. So everything's all...
I'm just having a general look at everything.
What I'm doing in here is completely normal.
Everything.
Shrink wrap. So just basically graphic images.
That's pornography.
Have they sent her in there to... under the understanding that no one knows what's in there?
Genitalia left, right and centre.
There was freaky stuff there.
Left, right and indeed centre.
Why would you have a bell? They had loads of bells in there, Gatford. That's what it's about.
You know why.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, look at that. She's starting to enjoy it.
So just very blatant sexual.
I mean, is
Just
she
very
surprised?
blatant, sexual.
And then drifts off.
Bells.
Videos. Right. Well, not my cup of tea, but generally
I once came out of a sex shop and bumped into Zoe Wanamaker.
Did you?
True story.
speaking, nothing worse than you probably see at your newsagents. A few too graphic images, but there you are.
You're fine. She's fine, everyone. Wellington Street, Luton. I remember that one.
Man.
Is it still there?
And Frankfurter sandwiches. Frankfurters. Well, there's pictures of Frankfurter sandwiches in there. Okay, I got one. For go check it doesn't have my actual address on. For me. This one is for me. This one cannot be touched by, cannot be touched by Catherine.
Okay, I'm cool with it. Everything okay there?
Can't get into it.
Oh.
Could you open it for me?
Could, but it can't be touched by
Okay.
me.
Oh, luckily
so...
I found my way in.
Yeah.
There's a book.
Is it a mookie book?
No, it's not. Diary of a Date Rape.
Oh, I know who that's from. That
Okay.
email we got.
Okay. There's a card.
Maybe I don't know whether this is for public consumption.
Well, I will make a judgment of it when I open it.
Interesting.
Thank you very much. Received and understood. All around the world. Have we got? We're coming to the end. Of our lives.
Tell you what we have got. We've got a couple of miscreants who
I was
want
gonna say.
to be judged, and I'm ready to do the judging.
Let's do it. I just feel the vibe.
It won't take long.
By the way, while Catherine's getting ready, let me tell you about our wonderful sponsors. We mentioned them a while ago. Let's mention them again. We can't mention these guys enough. If you want to sponsor the show, latenightalternative@gmail.com. 34sp.com if you want a website. If you want a domain all around the world.com, go to 34sp.com. I said go to 34sp.com. Go to 34sp.com. I said go to 34sp.com. You're going to get a little website done. That's actually a great jingle. And I spoke to Stuart at 34sp.com and I sang that to him and he said no. He said that jingle is cheap, it's nasty, it's unpleasant, it doesn't sum up the business. I said, you don't know anything about business, Stuart. You don't know anything about business. You don't know the internet like I knows the internet. You don't know business. I'm doing this one. But please let me do this one.
He's an expert on the internet.
He doesn't know anything about the internet. He doesn't know what makes, HTTPs. So I said, I'm doing the song for 34sp.com. He said, if you do that, we're never working with you again. I said, fine. So, that's the end of that, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes. That's his choice. 34 Stuart from 34sp.com's choice. Nothing to do with me. Abbey Care, I haven't come up with a good song for them yet, and I would not belittle the great work they do saving lives by doing a song that was not worthy of them. I've got an idea for a song. Oh, Abbey Care. Oh, Abbey Care. Dakota. Yeah. That's the thing. Please stay out of this. Please. And that is how you do this. All rise for Judge Boyle's Judgment Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the court is now in session.
That was when you'd had a haircut.
Oh, God, it's such a long time
You
ago.
can call us if you want to.
Be quick, though.
Be quick, because we're going. It's a short show tonight, and I know we're really messing around with the schedule. And look at our numbers; they're awful.
We're being punished.
But we're living. We're living.
Oh, hang on, I've lost my thingy.
We're living. Do Abbey Care to the Gummy Bears theme tune. I don't know what the Gummy Bears theme tune is.
Abbey Care, searching here and there.
That's
and
disrespectful.
Everywhere. That was the Abbey Care. That was the Gummy Bears song. Right.
Here we go.
Okay. Very simple.
All rise in the court. Catherine's gonna sort it out.
Shush now.
Oh.
One rule on this show, one rule only. You'd think it'd be pretty simple for people to remember, and yet they forget. And the rule is this.
Don't be AD. Don't be AD.
We're human beings, though, aren't we? We're human beings, and sometimes...
No, some of us are gods.
Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes you make mistakes. And so if people make mistakes...
I've just dropped my guts. That's a mistake.
No, you did that on purpose.
It's true. You got it? And look. Chew on it. That's dinner. That's dinner. That's free. I give that to you freely as a gift for the person who physically assaulted me.
Oh, come on. Come on now. Come.
I can't now because my nipple is broken. Broken nipples.
All right.
Great band. Japanese punk band. All girls. Apart from the drummer. Who was only 12. The rest were adults. Drummer was a 12-year-old boy.
People who are dicks on purpose will be banned. People who are dicks by accident sometimes get mistaken for purposeful dicks and they will get banned. However, there is a procedure by which you may appeal that ban.
Saw a beanhole. Sorry, you saw a cat's beanhole.
Cat's beanhole. It's called an unbanned request, and we have a couple of those in since last Friday. Let's have a look at them now, shall we? Yes. Let's do that.
Sorry, it's just Catherine being silly.
Shush now.
Don't be scared.
Okay, so I'm not being a knob. I'm being an important judge. Right. So
Ringo in Japanese means apple. So the drummer in the band would not be called Ringo. That'd be crazy. Hey, apple. Not doing the voice.
Now, you may remember last week we had a phone call from a Japester. Someone who wanted to feel what it was like to be banned.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Someone who asked us just to ban them. They weren't going to do anything horrible. She said, I think horrible things, but I don't write them. Could you ban me, please? I need to feel what it's like. We let her feel what it was like.
But then minutes later,
she
got Bumlick Tapeford to phone up.
Yeah, and said that she had thought better of it and realised that she did not want to be banned after all. However...
You can't know that after just a few minutes. You can't know that.
We're not going to have you meddling with the court's time. No. So she remains banned until this moment, and we have a message through. I have made a terrible mistake. It feels awful.
Yeah, it would. We knew it would. We warned you it would.
But I think you felt that feeling and sat with it for 7 days, and I'm hoping you will feel that you come through this.
Keep
much
her
more.
banned. Keep her banned. Guilty as hell. Keep her banned.
I mean, it wasn't...
Burn her house. Eat her children.
It was a silly thing to ask, but I think that she served as...
she should phone up and beg.
An example to all of us. I don't want to hear it. I don't want
Phone
to
up and beg, you piece of trash. People like you make me puke. Puke. I actually hit myself in the head.
Unbanned. Unbanned. Okay, now there's this one.
I didn't want to play all of that because I disagree with that. I disagree very strongly with that.
Here's the thing.
Miss Unites. Miss Unites.
Once you've been banned, I never forget a name.
We should have we should make a baby for the show.
What?
Baby.
No. My womb is closed to new entrants.
No, that's not what I heard. It doesn't have to be the traditional way, the Christian way. We can do it another way.
Can we not do it?
Pea shooter is what they used to call me at school. And I thought that was mean. Don't mock. But we could,
No.
Like the little fellas in the jungle. Wow. Oh, what the... I'm not saying I'll drug you. That would be totally inappropriate. No, what I'm saying is I can get some in my mouth. You know I can. Oops, swallowed it. Right, get some more.
Are you real? Could you stop this?
Okay.
Could you stop this? Pete.
Yes! It's the geezers! It's the geezers!
Oh, right, cool. Sorry. Hello.
You never have to apologise to us.
Mate, how do we turn it on there? Sorry, guys, hang on. Can you hear us? Oh,
we can hear and see you.
Oh, cool.
See those lovely... I thought you were a baldman, Floydie. I always thought you were a baldman. Look at you, got lovely... You look like David Soul.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Yes, man!
Just give us one more try. So anyway, forget that.
Oh,
here we go. Can I put in a plug for something?
Wait, why you could play an electric guitar? Hey, come on! That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, we are like Little and Large tonight. Of course you can. With great pleasure.
There's a new record shop opened in Cardiff, and it's called what's it called?
Cardiff Record Exchange, guys.
There's a new record shop.
Yeah.
First of all, hear crazy things, and I love it. First of all, there's a new record shop, and it's opening during a global pandemic. These guys are insane. Yes, plug them.
Are they?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they are open. They'll be open properly, after the lockdown. But he does a lot of business online. But he's got a physical shop in Cardiff now.
Love it.
Nice.
What is it? Go and give us their name again.
It's Cardiff Record Exchange.
I got a lot of time and love for any record shop. Best of luck. Yes, welcome.
And
Cardiff Record
it's
Exchange.
a double plug, but it's not a not an extension lead plug that this ties in with Chris is an artist. He designed a wicked mural for their wall there. Is it called? And
I did a mural in the shop, big wall mural.
Are you guys high on weed? Have you been smoking pot cakes? What is going on with you? The vibe.
How dare you?
Getting a contact high.
And he's on Chris ChristopherPomperArts.com, is it?
Yes. Steve's been very kind. I didn't want to say I'm an artist. That's all, guys. So he's plugging my website.
What's the name of the website again?
It's Christopher Pomper, Pompa, arts.com.
Beautiful.
I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very
fellow
much.
artists. What are you going to sing for us?
Nice to see you.
So we can do the Rolling Stones, J.J. Cale, or Simply Red.
The choice is yours. Choose one of those.
Now,
Rolling Stones, Simply Red, or J.J. Cale.
My inclination is J.J. Cale. But then, I'd quite like some Simply Red.
Let's do it.
I'd quite like some Simply Red on a Friday.
Would we? I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, I could be wrong, and if I might have... Let's go for Simply Red.
Is it going to be favourite?
Okay, then. Simply Red it is.
Simply Red it is, guys. Okay.
Here we go. All right. We'll make a song.
You've got that look again. What I thought I had, but I wasn't there. Your face is just beaming. Your smile got me boasting. My pulse roller coaster. Many ways of winds that blow. They're gonna send me sailing home to you. Or I'll fly with the folks on rainbow. Dream of gold will be waiting in your eyes. No, I'll do most anything you want. Try to give you everything you need. I see that it gets to you. Don't believe in anything but you. I do. Her faith is amazing. The pain that she goes through, contained in the home for you. Your world has changed. It's meant before it seemed more cloudy and blue. Many ways your baby's controlling. When you haven't laid down for days. For the cold, there's no time to be thinking. They're too busy finding ways and hide. No, I do most anything you want. Yeah. Try to give you everything you need.
Doorbells.
You got him. I got Floydie. The doorbell's got Floydie.
Don't believe anything but you. I do.
Here we go. Come on, Stephen. I like trying to put him on. It makes it better. First time ever. First time.
Try to give you everything you need. I see that it gets to you.
Made up for it there.
Even anything from you. Don't believe in anything from you.
Hello?
Don't believe in many things for you.
Stetson.
I do.
I really think this is great.
Oh, McCartney enjoyed it. First time I've ever been able to put you off, Floydie. The first time. But then you made up for it with a little bass run a little bit later on.
Some of that.
That was lovely, gentlemen. Absolute pleasure. Really.
Thank you.
Give us. What's that record shop again?
Cardiff Record Exchange, mate.
On Richards Road.
Lovely chat. Really enjoyed that. Thank you. Have a great night. I love those two.
Richards Road.
I love those two. Yeah. I've got to do another advert. If you don't want to see the advert, you should sub. Right, too late. They've gone. So we've got one more.
We got two more.
Two more. Let's do it.
Let's have a
That
look.
was lovely. I love Floydie. I love those two.
Now this one.
Don't believe in many things.
This guy. I will say sorry. I subbed and put Catherine, tell me a joke. I don't know why I was banned for that. Well, I remember seeing it. And it was at a time when something serious was going on, and it just felt like a cheer up love to me. Maybe I was trigger happy.
Maybe I would give him the B of the D.
I'm going to give him the B of the D, but I don't forget a name.
I do, but I'm ADHD, and it's one of the behaviour patterns.
I'm hearing this a lot at the moment.
Oh, I am loving it, because I tell you why. I have spent so long trying to remember things and trying to do, and at the moment, this is not how I'm going to live the rest of my life. I got diagnosed as ADHD a couple of weeks ago. This is not how I'm going to live my life. But at the moment, I'm letting go of everything. My meds are being cut down. I've got to get a prescription tomorrow. And I think they may have cut them down again. I'm not sure because I have to ask by email. I'm letting go of everything, and I'm just seeing what my relaxed state is. And my relaxed state is hanging out with a dickhead.
And then I come in. Oh, me, I'm.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate.
Oh, great, I'm the dickhead. Turns out.
Let's do it. Let's have the last one. Last cab off the rank.
I didn't ban this person. This is Old Man Cord. Man talks about not YouTubing. I know what this is.
Oh, this is the Dennis stuff.
Man talks about not YouTubing with a YouTube video. WTF. WTH. I knows. And then I think we said in response to man talks about not. This is someone who had narrowly averted having a breakdown because he realised he was putting too much pressure on himself to enjoy a job he wasn't enjoying anymore.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right? Is what we heard, but this was. I'm not a dickhead. I'm a good boy. But we'd said, don't be a dickhead about it. This bloke's trying to tell you how he's feeling, and actually, it's really important that Dennis Daly did what he did. I think I have learned the errors of being pass. Remarkable. I don't know what that means. And I'm genuinely not a bad person. Hope all is well with you two. OMC. Old Man Cord.
Let him go. Come on.
Let him go as in...
Come, let him go. Let him ban him. Let him free.
Let him run free?
Let him run free. Come back into our fold. I want to hold him tightly within our fold.
Well, I wouldn't.
I want to embrace him.
No, there's a pandemic on.
I don't care about that anymore. There's a pandemic. There's a 5G pandemic. I want to embrace this guy. I want to embrace you.
Okay, well, listen. I'm thinking we unban, right? And that means that we've unbanned everyone tonight.
This is
which
great
is unprecedented.
time to be alive.
But here's the thing. Your name skids across my desk
again.
You'll be banned again. And there will be no reprieve. But on this occasion, you've been very lucky. Unbanned.
Someone's asked about Discord. Yeah, we got Discord. I just put it in the chat. You come and join us. People are posting their postcards up there, guys. People are posting their postcards up there.
I had a conversation with someone today, and I think we're all going to have it more in the next few weeks, right? Because I know Rishi Sunak's saying, you've got to let people come back to the office, otherwise they'll walk. What, to go to where?
Which jobs is that?
But, so someone I know, they're...
I'd like to boss you, please.
They're opening the office up again. And their suggestion has been that people test, because one of the people who's been working in the office has raised the objection that there's been a lot of people sort of drifting in and out, and he's concerned about it. And I think, after a year,
you can get I've done 3 lateral flow tests in the last 6 days.
One person in the team doesn't want to take it.
Fire them. Chuck them out the window. Piece of trash. Send them to prison.
It's also been suggested by someone she's close to. She doesn't really believe in it anyway.
Here we go. One of those guys.
Just saying, this is going to happen more and more with workplaces. Because
you're a pervert.
Although the majority will be up for taking tests and jumping through the hoops that are required for everyone to feel safe, I think there's always going to be the odd one.
Well, here's the thing.
And you can't make them.
You can't make them, and nor
HR
should.
Can't make them.
But and nor should we be able to.
No.
Because this ain't. I'm gonna say it. It's not Nazi Germany.
I think we can.
Why is Nazi Germany funny? Have you not read what they did?
Oh God, I'm hearing a lot of people reminding us.
Nazi Germany's funny all of a sudden.
But thankfully, there'll be lots of flags around to remind us where we are soon, so that'll be good, won't it?
I'm gonna get. Oh, that's reminding me. I've ordered a freaking amazing. It's got like like those bases that you use for swing ball.
Yeah.
You can either put sand or water in,
Yeah.
but you can also use them under like tables outside to put the umbrella in. Well, I've got two of those, and on this side, we can have the Union flag, and on that side we can have the flag of St. George, that's what we're going to do. And in the middle we're going to have the flag of the Taliban. No, we're not. No, the last one was a joke. But the first two are real. We're going to have a flag of St. George there, and we're going to have the Union flag. I know people call it the Union Jack, and I know that is an accepted term for it, but it's not the official. It's the flag of the Union flag. So we're going to have those. We're going to have the Queen and like a PVC basque in between it, and you won't see any of this other crap that is behind it. All this crap is just going, man. It's just flags. And every night after the show, I'm going to make love to both flags. One on the peen and one at the bean.
Wow.
They're going to be a double flag bang bang. And
that's the respectful way to treat flag, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously though, guys. What the hell is happening?
Ginger Ninja says, who want me to call him? No one. 0203 286 637.
That's harsh, man.
It's harsh, but I'm kind of really, I think we're done for tonight. I think we're done. This is all bonus hours because we're finished. We've done our hours. And I'm really painfully aware. Hey.
Super quantum couple. Well, it cut off, and so I thought it was coop, and then I realised it was couple, and by that time it was too late.
What? But it wasn't a joke. What are you doing?
What?
You said, who wants me to call in? We said nobody, and you've disobeyed us.
He's realised, hasn't it? He's realised it's not down to anybody else.
Damn that.
All right, mate. So, I think we're done. Now, I'm painfully aware that, by the way, people sending me Simon McCoy clips. I don't give a shit about that guy. I got reasons. I'm painfully aware that our numbers are massively down.
People don't know when we're on.
I'm cool with it.
Are you cool?
Ish. I'm like 80% cool. I'm 20% very, very nervous about it. And I'm aware that we are going to have to do when we get back in. We're not getting back into the swing of things till the 20th of April, really. We're going to be doing shows, but they're going to kind of be all over the place a little bit. But I am... What spot?
Easily distracted.
I am... Thank you for the nudge. I am cool with it. Good. I'm kind of cool with it. I'm kind of cool with it. I've had such a profound week, genuinely, right, with doing this college. I've learned so much about myself. Thank you for the sub, NJ Drazo. I'm in like an existential. None of this means anything.
You're handing it all up.
Kind of. None of this means anything. It's just filling time till we die. Time is running out. I'm going to keep saying that. Time is running out. I spent an hour in a graveyard in the rain reading gravestones. Time is running out. That's death. So you bear that in mind, young lady. You bear that in mind, Your Majesty. And you bear that in mind. If there's something that you want to do, go and do it. Obviously, don't break COVID regulations.
Well, wait until it's safe.
But
then.
if there's something you want to say to someone, if there's something you want to do, come here.
Oh, here we go.
Why don't you do it, boy? She's just sat there waiting for you. Walk over there and do it, boy. You know that's what she would want you to do. When she saw you coming, she looked at you and you felt that glow inside. When she saw you coming, she looked at you and your lonely heart, it died. Walk over to her saying, please, please can we be lovers in the 21st century?
Not really, no. It's not very sanitary at the moment.
It's I Clean My Peen.
Oh my God.
Is the B-side to that. I Clean My Peen.
And
no one else is going to do it.
This is like
Jerry's so dirty.
Jerry's final thought. And
go on then, let's have it.
No, you've just given it to them. I mean, have a good weekend and try and get that out.
That's a poor final thought. My final thought is who's this calling in? We cannot hear you.
You are on mute.
You are on mute. You have lockdown hair like me. We have lockdown hair, but we cannot hear you. Flick a switch. Don't know. Oh, we can't. And here's the thing: we're the kind of people that would do this as a thing. But
it's not a thing.
Oh, there it is!
It's not a thing.
You found the button.
I found the button.
You found the button.
Oh God! Now that's you guys. Let's shut you up. There we go. That's better. Right. Nice. Hello. How are you folks doing?
Good, thanks. What you got? We're going to bed in a minute.
You're going. I don't. And this is one of the reasons I called. Not to fuck up your evenings and stop you from going to bed. On a sort of doing what you want to do note and all of that sort of thing. You've previously mentioned in a couple of your shows coming off booze, going sober, that sort of thing.
Yes.
What the fuck do you do with your time when you're not inebriated? I've been sober since this year started after drinking way too much. The evenings are long.
Yeah. It's hard work. At the beginning it's really boring because everything was consumed with, for me it was primarily drugs, but it's just, for me it was buying booze or drugs, which was a mission in itself, then using, then slowing down a bit because I was running out, then thinking about, God, I've got to get some more, and then going and buy some more. That was it. The whole time. Actually really boring, but took up all my time. And also time moves at a different pace when you're drunk or high or whatever. It moves slightly differently. So yeah, the first time I got clean, for the first 3 months at least, maybe 6, but I don't really remember it because it was such a long time ago. It was boring. It was boring. And what did I do back then? And it's slightly different now, but what did I do back then? I don't know. I deleted a lot of phone numbers. I watched movies. I read. I did everything I could that would take my mind. And if I couldn't watch any films that had heavy drinking scenes or heavy drug scenes in. I couldn't watch them. And there's no shame in starting a film and going, oh, wasn't expecting this. I'm out. It's tough. But as that time passes, you actually realise that when your focus comes off the thing, the drinking, oh shit, there's beautiful parks, and there's, again, it's slightly different in COVID times. You suddenly realise there is a life to live. And there is joy to be had. You will laugh again, and you will possibly fall in love again, and you will make love, and you will eat wonderful meals and all of this stuff, and it won't be clouded by being drunk or by being hungover or by thinking about being drunk or any of that stuff. You kind of got to get through it. and replace all of that stuff. Thank you, anger is an energy. Replace all of that negative stuff with positive stuff. And I don't know what that is. You will find what that is.
That's a very reasonable
go and look up a hobby that you were doing that you stopped doing when you were 17. You know, and again, we're in lockdown, so it really makes it harder. But yeah, a hobby that you did what you liked when you were 17. Go and see if you still like it. You know, walks in nature is great. It sounds so rubbish and lame. I don't want to walk in nature, but it's great being clear-headed and seeing trees. It's really simple. It's not hippy-dippy shit. That's a fact that nature is healing to our souls. And, you know, if you're experiencing it free from booze, it's magic. And listen to stuff, you know. Listen to us. Listen to Alan Beswick. Listen to go on BBC Radio. I don't know what you like listening to, but find loads of it, and listen to it.
This is all solid advice. I mean,
suggestions, but this may not be the thing, but something I've said may trigger off something. You know, you may think, I want to watch every single episode of Only Fools and Horses from the first one. If that's your thing, then go and do it. Just do something. And remember, all you have to do today is get to bed without having a drink. That's it. Then you can renegotiate tomorrow.
Yeah, the one day at a time thing is a super important thing. I mean, for me personally, I know time's a ticking, so I'll rack it through. I was just using it as a fast forward button to get through the evenings, like, because COVID, there's nothing to do. You're at home, you work until the time ticks over at 5 o'clock, then you're still in the same place until it's bedtime.
Yeah.
So drink half a bottle of whiskey and bedtime comes quicker.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people be doing
then without that, there's the realization that there's loads of time to do stuff. I can sit down and read, and I can do all this. But it's like, certainly during lockdown, with the additional sort of stress and pressures on mental health that comes from that, time just drips by.
Yeah.
And I was just curious because you've been quite open about it, and on this, and I know you've got adverts for addiction relief and all that sort of thing. So I thought it would be interesting to just, because there's not many people to talk to, just get somebody else's, just point of view or bits and pieces like that.
You know, I would suggest, if you wanted, I do a meeting on, I host a meeting Mondays, although it's going to have to change slightly with the new schedule, but I do this thing called I've Not Grown Up. It's like it's like a group of like-minded people who are all, you know, living life. Let's just say, I don't want to say struggling or anything, because not everyone is, but there's a few alcoholics in there, a couple of junkies, people that, you know, divorced people, it sounds miserable. It's not. It's every hour. It's every Monday. At the moment, it's at 1 o'clock, but that's going to change. And it's like a small group of people, and we just meet up for an hour, and we just talk for like 2 or 3 minutes each about how we're feeling, or we don't talk if we don't want to. No one gives any advice. No one gives any feedback. It's just a place to come and go, I feel shit. Now, might not sound like fun. It's actually quite good fun. But it fills an hour. That's an hour done. You'd be very welcome to that if you want to come. I'm going to put the email address. I can't remember what the email. I think it is imnotagrownup@gmail.com. If someone in the chat knows the email address, could you post it? Because I always get it ever so slightly wrong. And I think it's is it not a grown up, or I'm not? Let me have a little look, because I don't want to. And you might be thinking, I don't want to go to that. That's absolutely fine if you don't want to go to it. Of course it is. Has Michael pictures of Michael Heseltine?
Because he's there.
God.
It's I'm not a grown up @gmail.com. If you send an email, I just add you to the address book, and then I just send an email every Sunday night saying here's the link. And the same to people in the chat. If you want to come, I'm not a grown up @gmail.com, and you just send me an email, and it's kind of anonymous, and no one will no one will come out and go, hey guy, I saw you in the meeting on Monday. That doesn't happen. You know, it's if you just have to find ways of filling your time.
Yeah, that's a fair enough answer.
Yeah.
And that's been a lovely couple of minutes to fill my time, so thank you very much.
There you go, and that's it. You know, now go and phone up BBC Radio Manchester. You know, there's other stuff you can do that is not going to change the world, but at the moment it's just filling time until things start to fall back into your life that you get great pleasure or satisfaction or joy or there is some feeling of achievement that comes from it. There's no, I don't know, maybe there is, but there's probably not a feeling of achievement from calling this. That stuff will start to turn up in your life. And you will find, if you carry on, I guarantee you will find there is not enough time in the day to do what you want. That sounds insane because I know, but there will come a point in your life when you will find there's not enough time in the day for you. That's a promise.
A lovely, hopeful note. Well, thank you very much, both. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
Best of luck, guys. Thank you, mate. Take care. Totty bye. Let's mention our fabulous sponsors again, Catherine, please. Please.
34sp.com. They're brilliant. They're just brilliant. So if you fancy setting up your own website, there's a great opportunity for you here. 3 months free if you use the code TLNA. I know.
Shut the front
You can
door.
try it out. If you don't like it after 3 months, you can walk away. You don't pay a penny. But we're pretty convinced that you're going to love it. They've got brilliant customer service as well. So if you're a bit nervous about starting out on your journey into WordPress, because that's what you'll be using, don't worry about it. They're on the end of the phone and they will help you out. They speak human. But also, if you are talking about, I don't know, transferring your website from a different hosting platform or whatever it might be, give them a shout. They're so good. They speak geek too. So if you're a more advanced website person, then they're the ones for you. What are you laughing at?
I opened a letter. I think it's for you.
Oh, God, what?
Made me laugh a lot.
Dear Ian and Kath, I thought I would write to you, so here is my letter. Yours sincerely, Dredge.
You absolute melt. That made me laugh a lot. Thank you. Abbey Care, talk to me.
Abbey Care, specialist addiction recovery clinics. They have 2 facilities. One is in Glasgow, one is in Gloucester. If you are struggling with anything, if there's anything getting in the way of you advancing through life, if you realise that what was fun is now not fun anymore and actually you're leaning on it too heavily, if you're concerned about yourself and you want to kickstart your life, Abbey Care are the ones. This is the guy to speak to about that.
Yeah, man, how you doing? Peace out, brother.
They helped out my friend. And they helped me out as well as the person who was standing by while, he went down the plug hole. He did. Abbey Care, fantastic. And
I took acid and I fell down the plug hole. I was tripping, man.
Give me 5 years, I'll be able to joke about it. TLNA, give them a mention, and you'll get 25% off. It's all good.
Well, all I've done is I've asked for someone to send me. I've done a tweet. Anyone got an Xbox Series X they are bored of and want to give me? Thanks very much. And I get sarcastic. There's a woman poking at. Who's this Charlotte Didin? Just poking at her reply is.
I'm just going to say it's wine time, and you've put something on Twitter.
Come on, guys. She's poking her tongue out. No one has replied saying you can have mine.
No, funny that.
No one. Funny that. No one. Outrageous. Can I report her to Twitter? We're done. You and me, we're done. Hello? V62P.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you, Wang Dang Doodle, for the follows. Anger is an energy for the sub. Let's go and find someone. Actually, let me just do this, and we're going to go and find someone to raid. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Why won't it let me do this here? Thanking you, sirs. Apologies for the schedule being too whack.
But
at the moment, once we get into it,
all the more reason to follow us.
End of April, it's going to be, and I am a little bit nervous about the numbers. I'm prepared to take that risk. Thank you, McPauls, for the bits.
We'll claw it back.
I'm prepared to take that risk. Let's go and find someone to do. We did 2 hours tonight. We've done nearly 3. Thank you, Nina. Her name is Nina from Argentina. You know that song?
Yes. Yeah, I do know it. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe say thank you, Ian, for introducing it to me. Please stop giving us bits.
Thank you very much for the bits.
Thank you.
Let's find someone cool to raid, for God's sake.
All right, I'm going to do
it.
This is what I said earlier.
Madness.
Our friend MZ Plays is now a partner. Thanks. entirely to you. She said she was going to phone us up tonight.
Oh, she's too
so
big
full
now.
of.
She's too big.
She's a piece of trash.
She's too big. So now it's all about the St. John. So if you have a spare minute and you're not following St. John, please do. In fact, he's on now.
Let's go and raid him.
Let's raid him.
Or Lara Croft pull stretching.
I mean, she's going to really do her knees in doing that on a very, very hard pull.
Let's go and raid our friend St.
It's
John.
almost as if it's not about exercising at all.
If you like him, drop him a follow. If you don't, tell him he's a piece of trash, you hate him, and you hope his house burns down. That's the internet.
Not his house, he's not built it yet.
Well, exactly. Let it burn down. This is the internet. We are back on Thursday evening. I know it's complicated. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on here.
We'll keep banging on about it online.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ages.